Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President and Head of Client Computing for Intel, Gregory Bryant.
Alright, we're watching the PC Master Race conference. It should be exciting. Maybe.
Hey, good morning. Good morning and game on. It is so great to be here at E3, ahead of the PC Gaming Show, this great venue, all the millions of folks watching on Twitch around the world. You know, your passion and your energy is really amazing. It's what's making gaming the hottest area in computing today. And it's what fuels us more than anything else that we do to push the limits of technology, to deliver products that let you do more.
Hoping to see HoloLens or something. I think Phil Spencer might come out on this.
We heard you. You want to do more. So, like I said in the opening, let's game on. Now, we just launched the Core X Series platform, which is the most powerful set of processors we've ever built. And it gives you the unprecedented ability to do it all. And because one size doesn't fit all, we made it the most scalable platform ever, providing all the performance needed for gaming needs. And for those, you know, it starts with the Core i7 X series, which has the ultimate in overclocking performance for uninterrupted, beautiful, immersive gameplay. And for those who want to do even more than that, who want to do streaming and content creation, we've got the ultimate, the Core i9X Extreme Edition, an 18-core beast of a product that delivers the ultimate in megatasking. So, enough talk. Let me just start this morning right now, since seeing is truly believing. We're going to have Craig come out and show you what these new processors can do in action. So, Craig, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. You are like energized up, so I'm stoked for this E3 audience. So
yeah, let's
go ahead and just dive right in. So what we want to talk about today is the amazing power of our newest generation of Core i7 processors and how it's going to unlock your entire gaming performance. So what we have here, we're actually going to jump right in and play a little bit of Blizzard's Overwatch, which is,
love it.
Well, it's one of the biggest titles here we have in the world. I'm a little bit of a fan, if you know what I'm talking about. But we're going to talk, and we're going to be playing this on our brand new Core i7. This is a brand new machine that we have from our Acer Predator Triton line. So sleek, thin, sexy, and the non-compromising experience that you have on your machine. But we wanted to talk about how that Core i7 unlocks that experience.
Get ready for your nerdgasms. It's going to be interesting.
You're now looking at unlocking bottlenecks between the GPU as well as system memory just by upgrading from an i5 all the way up to your i7 processor. We're looking to be able to get double the frames while you're gaming and streaming in your Overwatch today, particularly on a form factor like this.
I think that's awesome. So double the frame rate looks totally immersive, right?
Absolutely. So we want to go ahead and take it actually a step further. So while we get an amazing gameplay experience like this, gamers in the tech industry have always been pushing us forward about what we can provide in the experience to gamers that we have here.
No, that's right. I mean, we know that it's about the gameplay, and we needed to deliver the best. We needed more performance. So we challenged all the engineers back in the shop to do their very best in these products.
Exactly, and I think they really hit a home run. So what we're going to be showing here is a new way that we're going to be gaming and streaming. So streaming is just as much a part of gaming today as it ever has been. And traditionally, we look at kind of a Twitch view like this. If we have your regular kind of 2D, you see me in the camera down here at the bottom when I go ahead and pick up there. So
I see you.
You know, little webcam camera that we have there, but this is your traditional 2D streaming type technology.
I think everybody recognizes that.
Yeah, easy enough. But now with VR and new movement forward in the tech industry, we're looking to share that same gaming experience, but we can't really do it like this. It doesn't get across the same immersive experience that we would have in VR. So what we want to go ahead and do with the performance of our newest X Series processors is that we're looking to be able to put someone in mixed reality view and be able to share a in-the-game experience with everyone else.
Mixed reality.
So, to illustrate that today, we actually have a special guest. So live from our second floor mezzanine up there, backstage, we actually have Sonia Reed, one of the most famous streamers and gamers in the world. All right. You guys might know her by OMG, it's Firefox.
All right.
So it looks like we got Sonia right up here, and Sonia is going to be playing a brand new game from Omniverse Inc., which is Seeking Dawn, a brand new VR title you'll be able to see for the first time here at E3. And so, Sonia, you're actually in the middle of the game. What do you think?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my goodness. I am hanging out in mixed reality right now, and this is amazing. The first time that
She's shooting all
this
the
gameplay,
all the
I'm probably
audience.
getting my ass kicked right now, so I'm wasting no time. I'm getting right back in.
Sonia, that looks that is amazing. So
Oh
it's
my
like you're
goodness.
right in the middle of the game. Don't shoot me.
She's shooting everybody.
But we want to go ahead and put her right in the middle of the game, and for a professional streamer, this is kind of a brand new experience that you can bring to really bring that immersiveness to all your followers. However, it takes a lot of performance. We're talking being able to composite the green screen, play our VR, brand new title, as well as record and stream at the highest quality that we
So
possibly can.
I know in the past, to be able to do all that production, you had to have specialized equipment, not just one box or you had gear that you had to have to assemble that and actually broadcast it.
Correct.
But
So
not anymore.
We're looking at multiple machines or specialized equipment no longer. And with our new X Series, we're able to do it under one box. And a matter of fact, that was the very first live demo of our full 18-core X Series parts.
That was the
first
first time ever 18 cores running live on stage.
That's it. So you can see all 36 threads heated up and running our performance, and we can see how much performance this actual experience takes. So
Awesome.
we can't wait for the X Series.
Thank you,
know what I'm
Sonia,
talking
up
about.
there, and thank you, Craig. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
See you, bud.
JB.
What game
All
is
right,
that?
let's give him
No
a hand.
Man's Sky
Thanks,
or
guys.
something?
All right, incredible. Hey, and with the X Series family, we're delivering more performance across the board. We've got Core i7 enhanced titles, faster load times and game launches. We've got better single-threaded performance with a thing we call Turbo Boost Max. It's the first ever teraflop CPU on a desktop, which just blows my mind. And to top it all off, we crushed 11 world records with that box. So pretty darn amazing. And the new news today, the good news is you don't have to wait long to get your hands on one. So I'm pleased to announce today that as of next week, we are taking pre-orders for our Core i7X all the way up to the Core 9 the Core 9X 10-core part available next week. And then we'll be launching our 12, 14, 16, 18 core parts from August through to October.
Jesus.
So available. Encourage you all to go check it out, get your hands on one and order one and have a blast. All right. So, thank you. It's okay. It's okay.
Nobody claps.
We're excited too. All right, so hey, not only did we want to do more for the gamers, we want to do
Yeah, that
more
was
for
a
the
cringe
fans
moment.
as well. You know, we all know there's a revolution that's going on inside of esports, and for the first time ever, there are now more fans watching esports than are competing in esports. For example, last year when we had the Intel Extreme Masters final in Poland, we pulled in 46 million viewers. 46 million viewers. It's unbelievable. It made Intel Extreme Masters Finals the most watched esports tournament in ESL history. And by
Xbox
2020, we
conference was
expect
yesterday,
that
dude.
momentum to continue. We expect 500 million viewers of esports around the world. 500 million. It'll make esports more popular than the NBA or Major League Baseball and a lot of other sports and leagues. So while that number seems big, and it is really big, we have an announcement today that we think is going to be even bigger. So for that, please join me in welcoming Craig Levine, CEO of ESL North America, to join me on stage. Come on out, Craig. So Craig, I've been waiting for this one all morning.
Trust me, I have too.
All right.
I'm thrilled to share that
Yeah,
Intel and
nobody's
ESL
clapping.
inked a landmark deal naming Intel as ESL's global esports technology partner.
Awesome.
Through this partnership, Intel's technology is going to power ESL's esports events, studios, and broadcast operations worldwide, including cutting-edge PCs and the full streaming backend. This partnership is going to advance the worldwide growth of esports, including premier events like the Intel Extreme Masters.
Oh man, we're so excited about this new partnership and powering everything that you do. And we've had some great fun together, right?
This partnership has been amazing.
Yes.
Let us show you what we've been up to.
Yeah, let's check out what we've been up to. A little bit of what we've been up to with ESL folks. Roll a video.
Snore. One person clapped.
It's hard to imagine, but it's been 11 years of some pretty action-packed events and a ton of fun.
It has
Bring
been.
out
We're
Phil
not
Spencer,
stopping here. We're
goddammit.
also introducing for the first time ever the Intel Grand Slam Series. This tournament series is going to encompass 10 of the world's biggest Counter-Strike Go competitions.
Wow, so that's really exciting. The idea of an Intel Grand Slam. But as you saw when we were doing the X Series platform earlier,
They're supposed to be giving away some shit during the stream, so I'm kind of watching very closely.
What we're doing is the extreme prize that we've got out there for this Grand Slam.
That's right. As part of the Intel Grand Slam, ESL and Intel are awarding a $1 million prize purse to the first team that's going to win 4 of the 10 competitions, including the Intel Extreme Masters, ESL 1, ESL Pro League, and DreamHack Masters.
So that's on top of whatever they would win in the tournament. There's a $1 million bonus prize.
Bonus money.
For this Grand Slam.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Hey, thank you, Craig, so much for joining me out today. We're so proud to be moving the ball forward in esports with you. Have a great time. I look forward to
What's up, Cypher Man? What's up? Who's next?
All right. Let's give him a big
Yeah,
hand.
this just started.
Woo!
Nothing exciting happened. They showed mixed reality a little bit. It looked kind of cool.
Okay. Well, hey, and our investments in esports don't just stop there. You know, as the popularity of esports continues to rise, we wanted the experience to evolve as well. And to create the most immersive experience for both gamers and fans, we want to bring VR to esports. And we really want to put everyone right in the middle of the action.
That's interesting.
And now to make VR-based esports a reality, we want to work with our partners to do 2 big things. The first, we've got to get gaming titles and deliver gaming titles that are really worthy of the gamers and the pros and the fans. And number 2 is we want to grow the player base for VR-based esports so we get those pro players of the future in the pipeline and ready to go. So, to that end, let me invite out the Ready at Dawn co-founder, president, and chief creative officer, Rue Villasuria, out, and he's going to share with us how we're making promise number 1 a reality. So, Rue, come on out and join me. Give him a hand.
Down on the dubstep, yeah.
So, you know, obviously I'm a huge fan of the work that you guys have done on Lone Echo. I think it's pretty amazing. But as I said in the opening, we want to get more VR-specific titles out for gamers and fans around the world.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me here, JB. We have an equal passion to deliver great games and great experiences, and we've been hard at work putting the final touches on our upcoming VR experience, Lone Echo, a single-player game where you play a cybernetic AI on a mining station in the rings of Saturn. We built an experience where you can interact with everything around the world. You can just navigate freely in zero-G, and you uncover the mysteries that unfold before you.
Wow, I mean, I'm like nerding out over here. That's pretty cool. But I also understand that you made some pretty significant changes to the game as well.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, with the mechanics we built for Lone Echo, we wanted to know what more we could do.
We'll see some PC, a lot more PC stuff coming to Scorpio and stuff, or Xbox One X. That's why I'm kind of interested in this.
Teams must get a disc inside the opposing goal. In this clip, actually.
That's all right, get it.
In the clip, you can see the match is fast, intense, full of epic saves, and last-minute slams as you try to score a goal in the
So this is
goal.
VR.
We call it Echo Arena.
Esports.
And I can tell you seriously, it's the most fun we've ever had in VR.
Wow, Echo Arena. I mean, that looks pretty fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you and I
a
are
lot
gonna
of
go
fun.
at it after this is over. Yeah, I think I got a sneak peek. It's obviously really, really intense. The action's amazing.
Gotta get my motherfucking money. Gotta get.
Well,
thanks
we've
for the
been waiting
follow.
for
Who's
all the
next?
players out
You're
there and all
awesome.
of you out there to get your hands on it, which is why I'm pleased to announce today that we are sponsoring.
Hey, hit
a
host
free
and you'll see
release
Tracer
of
pop up.
Echo Arena, and that's going to be
What's
at
up, who's
launch
next?
on to all Oculus Rift users. So we were able to do that.
Thank you, and a huge thanks to you and Intel.
Woo!
I want to really say a huge thanks to you and Intel for making it possible, and also, of course, for all the single fans out there. Lone Echo is available for pre-order right now on the Oculus Store at $39.99. And I'm happy to say also that both games, Lone Echo and Echo Arena, will both be released on July 20th.
Awesome. Well, hey, I think some amazing new experiences, some great content, some great titles. I can't wait to see what all of you think of these new games.
I want them to do some announcement where
really
the
appreciate it. Well
a
done.
VR
All right.
headset is cheap, like the Acer or something.
All right. Now, as we continue to work with Ready at Dawn and other partners, we want to bring those new game titles to you, but we're equally committed to doing the second promise, which was growing the player base. And that's why we're pleased, and I'm pleased to announce today, that we're going to expand our partnership with ESL and Oculus to launch the VR Challenger League.
Hey GB, this is Mike and Joe from...
That's not the VR Challenger League. Sorry.
Cringe.
I wish it was the VR Challenger.
Fubar moment.
So the VR Challenger League is going to kick off in July, featuring the Unspoken as well as Echo Arena, which you just saw from Rue. And it's going to take place online in events all around the world with players, and it's going to culminate with the finals of the Challenger League happening at Intel Extreme Masters in Poland in early 2018. So we're really going to get things going and get the players in the action. Okay, so hey, we're just scratching the surface.
Hey, keep in mind, I'm going to do Ubisoft with my friend Pandemic and probably Graphic God, and we're going to do the Sony conference too.
What's even more exciting for me is that a lot of the technologies
Later on
and the
tonight.
experiences we're showing this afternoon transcend more than just gaming. And I think, let's be honest, a lot of you have an equal passion, in addition to gaming, for other activities. For some people, it's entertainment or movies. For some, it's sports. For me personally, it's music. And having an opportunity to create new experiences in the world of music is a passion of mine. And I gotta say, we have been doing
If anyone else
really
wants to join
fantastic
too,
work.
it's
So now, to
going to
tell
be
you
pretty
more
much
about
open
that,
party,
I
so
have a
if
short
you want to
video
join in,
from
you're
two
more than welcome.
members of my all-time favorite band, and they're my all-time favorite members, Joe Hahn
Metallica.
and Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. They're
Linkin
on
Park.
tour in Europe, and they graciously decided they could spare a moment and create a video for us yesterday on some exciting work that we're doing together. So why don't we roll that video now?
Well, let's turn down the music before I get copyright strike.
And Joe from Linkin Park. We're really sorry we couldn't be with you guys at E3, but as you can see, we just started our tour out here in Europe. We're really excited to...
Turn it down during the music because I'll get a copyright strike. Yeah, join us later on. We're going to do Ubisoft and Sony. I know there's a lot of people like doing this, but I don't know. We're just going to kind of hang out and do it. I want to do this PC one because I have a feeling Phil Spencer is going to come out.
So I love those guys. They're so creative and so passionate. You know that they're gamers, and a lot of Linkin Park's fans, a big gaming community all around the world. And what you saw in that video there in the little
Like I said, we're
outtake,
Smash
camera
Mouth.
work was a new VR destination and experience that's launching next month. So at Intel, we partnered with Linkin Park and Spatial Land to create this VR destination for the band to help them engage their fans differently all around the world. So for all you big
Rock
fans
Band
of Linkin
VR.
Park around the world, like me, you just grab your VR headset, grab an Intel-based PC, check out the new destination, VR destination, for some great new experiences, including music and contests, merchandise. They're going to have some even extra secret fan experiences and content that the band has created just for their fans at this destination. We're really excited about it, and I'm happy to announce it'll be available for Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive on July 27th, which is right when their tour launches in the United States. So be sure you guys all go
Nobody
and check it
fucking
out.
cares.
All right.
Move on. Next.
Woo! Thanks. So, in summary, You know, it's been an action-packed event here today at E3. We're super thrilled and excited to be here.
I hear
like
you,
I said
Cypher,
in
man.
my opening, it's your passion that drives
There's gonna be
us
plenty
to
of other
innovate every day,
opportunities to
and I
show
mean
off
that.
the
You
VR
can
stuff, but
expect
yeah,
us to
it's really hard to
continue
show off,
to
and
innovate and to bring the
stuff
best
ends up like
experiences
this.
to you. And as you continue to bring your A game, we're going to do the same. So with that, stay tuned
I'm
for
definitely
the
gonna
PC
get
Gaming
one, but
Show. And
it's
everybody
just
out there,
hard to
let's
show
game
off.
on. Woo! Thank you.
Dance, dubstep. Yeah, I kind of like that song. Bring out Skrillex. Where's Skrillex? Watch Skrillex will pop out from the bottom of the stage and start doing weird computer shit. I like Knife Party, actually. I think that's my favorite dubstep. Wait, what? Is that it? Oh my god, these conferences keep getting worse and worse. I guess that's it. I don't know. Everyone's doing thumbs down in the chat feed. I don't know. The PC one was kind of where Phil Spencer said he was bringing the Xbox's first-party portfolio to PC and promising them a bunch of stuff. And I don't know. Like that was fucking lame as shit. That was a waste of time. But I'm more excited about the Ubisoft one, which is probably gonna be super fire. And we're gonna watch Sony's. And we'll do a hangout before, and then we'll talk a little bit during it, not much talking because we want you to see it, and then we'll do our afterthoughts on it, and probably our afterthoughts on all the stuff tonight, so should be interesting. Like I said, none of this has really been planned or anything. I just kind of bored today. I think Ubisoft's is like I don't know. I don't want to say time zones, but I think it's about 4.5 hours from now, maybe 5 hours from now. I know it's this evening. What's up, Seth? Let's kill the damn music. He said the PC show is upcoming. Let's see what they're saying in chat. I'm gonna ask if it's over. That was really weird if that was it. Like, that lasted like 10 minutes and they didn't really talk about anything. And yeah, that guy acted like he was drunk or something. Not much, Seth, just chilling. Happy about this weekend. Or weekday. What is today? Monday? I don't even know. Just happy about the whole E3 thing. So, except this bullshit. What the fuck? PC Master Race. What the fuck? Now there's people are saying it hasn't started yet. They usually do, like, they don't even do, like, usually do a stage thing. They usually have people talking inside a building and everyone's sitting down. It looks like a college lecture or something like that. But it's funny, though, like, anytime Phil Spencer comes to one of these, like, all the PC people are, like, booing him and shit. They're like, you promised us this. And they're always mad about the Windows 10 store and all that shit. Seth says, that's what I believe the dude just said. I think That was just Intel talking about some upcoming stuff before the real show. Okay, cool. We'll stick around and see if everyone's staying like in the main chat, so you're probably right. What'd you guys think about the Microsoft conference? Yeah, they said we could like win games and shit like on here too. Eight, yeah, that's what I gave it too. I gave it an 8. I would have gave it an 8.5 if they would have showed something decent on Crackdown. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, but they did tweet out that there's gonna show a bunch of multiplayer in the next few days. So I was just confused because that game's coming out soon and they really need to sell that game. And I thought that was a missed opportunity. Like, even if they do show it later, that was a big missed opportunity for them. Because that game would probably be a console seller, actually. Big screaming babies. I agree, Cypherman, yeah. They could have taken out a lot of Assassin's Creed and some of Sea of Thieves, and yeah, they should have totally demonstrated it at their E3 conference, because all eyes were on Microsoft that day. And they showed fucking just weird trailer. Like, I was like baffled. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I know it doesn't help for me to complain about it, so I don't know, I'm waiting for them to show like all the crazy multiplayer stuff, and I hope it gets out to people. Because the game's going to be amazing, but I don't know, that was a huge missed opportunity for them. Next few days should be the Redeemer. Assassin's Creed had frame drops, so I think they need to polish it up. Did they? I didn't notice that. Maybe I did, I don't know. But it's also streaming. It could be Mixer or whatever you were watching on. I don't think they'd really need to worry about frame drops on the Scorpio. I'm still gonna keep calling it Scorpio. Oh, when he was riding the horse, he saw jitter. When does that game come out? Did they say a release date for it?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, here we go.
We invite all gamers to please find the approved gamer seating areas in the auditorium and in the balcony. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. It's not over. It's weird that they're cutting it up into little pieces. So yeah, I really want to see some more mixed reality. I want to see like the Acer headset thing and see if good old Phil shows up. Maybe some cool games on here. Because I'm thinking, like I said, I'm thinking like whatever games they show on PC, there's a lot of games, and we're already seeing a lot of PC games come into consoles now, since consoles are like a lot more powerful now than they were. Yeah, I'll have to watch that Assassin's Creed part and see if I see those jitters. Come on, Intel. I already bought a damn Intel chip. Now play the video. Okay, I'll check that out. Here we go. Powered by Intel.
Everybody, Tom Martin Marks from PC Gamer here. Don't go anywhere because we've got a whole lot more great stuff in store for you. The PC Gaming
Starts
Show
in
will be kicking
14
off
minutes.
shortly, where we'll be joined by some great guests from Bohemia Interactive, the Creative Assembly, Intel, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and a whole lot more. While we're getting ready for the show, we want to test your PC gaming knowledge. We've put together a trivia challenge that's sure to push the limits of even the most dedicated PC gamers' capacity for useless video game information. All the questions are multiple choice, so jump into the chat and play along at home to see how many answers you can get right.
C.
Let's get started. Released in 2000, how many expansions did the original Sims game have? I
Let's
think I can remember
go with
Hot Date and the Pets one, but there's so many at
D,
this point. It's
8.
been a while.
Everyone's just typing letters. Oh my god. D.
In what year
Oh,
did Steam
I was wrong.
officially start supporting Linux?
B. I said B.
I don't think
God
it's
damn it.
quite taken over PC gaming the way Valve might have been hoping.
We'll keep pressing
back then,
C.
though. What is the name of the talking skull in The Curse of Monkey Island?
Ooh. C. Saying C to everything.
If I remember correctly, Murray wasn't the nicest
Sean Murray?
used talking skull. I've ever
Sean
met
Murray's
either.
the talking
In Half-Life 2, what does Dr. Kleiner's head crab eat?
C.
That was the head crab named Lamar that actually screws up the teleporter at the beginning of the game and basically is responsible for everything that goes wrong from that point.
Watermelon? What? C.
Which engine is used to create the Arma series?
C. I never played. I played it for like 10 minutes. Monkey
They're
Island.
now actually already on
That's about it.
RV4 for Arma 3. Which of these was not a weapon in No One Lives Forever 2?
I would have to go with C. Angry Puppy.
Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We'd ask that you take a look at your current seating section.
timed out.
Ensure that you, if you are a sponsor,
Oh, we got it. C.
you are
Yay.
seated in a sponsor seating section, and gamers seated in a gaming seating section. We also have additional gamer seating in the balcony. Thank you so much. Our show will begin momentarily.
They're at 136 now, so they've come quite a ways. Which of these voice actors is not a voice in Guild Wars 2?
C. Look at the fucking chat rolling with
Roger Craig Smith was the
letters.
voice of Ezio Auditore, and it's kind of actually hard to find a voice actor who wasn't in Guild Wars 2. There are so many of them. In Team Fortress Classic, every character carried a special
Oh, I know this
grenade.
game.
What was the Spies?
Oh, bat. Wait. The spies. B. I think.
Otherwise known as spy
God damn it.
drugs, it was shaped like a giant pill and it would make people see things that weren't actually there. In EVE Online, what is the name of the elected player council that interacts with the developers? Seems like a hard job. That's a cutthroat game, and to be the representative, I wouldn't
We'll
want
have
to
to
do
go
that.
with C. This is what I did on my test
Which
at
of
school.
the following is not a personality core from Portal 2?
Oh, that's a tough one. A, actually. I'm going to say A. Oh, yeah, press S.
There was a Curiosity Core. It was one of my favorites, but it was actually in the first
Oh, I
game,
got
the
it right.
Gladys fight there. In Spelunky, which of these items is worth the most money? Of course, diamonds are worth more than all of those, but, you know.
We'll have to go with C.
In Fallout New Vegas, the character that shoots you in the head at the start of the game, Benny, shares a voice with which character from the TV show Friends? And I promise right now that is the last Friends-based question, so don't worry about that.
How you doing? We'll go with Julie.
Finish the
Oh,
final
Chandler?
line from
What the
Sid
fuck?
Meier's Alpha Centauri with a swell of blank and blank in place of the expected triumphalism.
C.
I'm not entirely sure what triumphalism is, but it's a dang good quote. Which of these is not a map in Rising Storm?
Don't even know what the fuck that is.
This scandalous
Phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena.
Later.
C.
This now defunct developer created the Star Control series.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. So we'll go with C.
In addition to a bunch of other games, Accolade also made the original Barkley Shut Up and Jam game. Which of these names is not one of the starting pilots in Kerbal Space Program?
You're getting it right, Seth. C. Just go with C the whole time.
I feel like Jebediah is a gimme. Everyone knows Jeb from Kerbal Space Program. That's common knowledge at this point. What game evolved out of a student project called Narbacular Drop? I think we can all be happy that Valve went with something a little simpler than Narbacular Drop. In the first Dishonored, what's the name of the religious order of the Overseers?
Oh, we know this. C.
Everyman is not exactly what I think of when I see mask-wearing accordion players, but
A, B, C, D, F, G,
in
H, I, J,
Papers,
K, L, M, N,
Please,
Q,
he
R, S,
plays
T,
an
U, V,
immigration
W, X, Y,
officer
Z.
from what fictional country?
Don't fucking know. C.
I think
Execute Order 66.
Played that game. In the beginning of Knights of the Old Republic, what is the name of the ship you wake up aboard? Maybe it's just me, but that is like, I think that's one of the hardest ones in
what
this
is
whole
it?
quiz. That is some granular
We'll go with
Star
C.
Wars knowledge. In Team Fortress 2, which of these can the Heavy not swap out his minigun for?
Iron Curtain C.
The original minigun being named Sasha, so I don't know why he would want to swap it out anyway. In Mass Effect 2, how many different crew members can be romanced?
Romance. We'll go with C.
Keep in mind, we're not including Kelly in that count, so that might have thrown some people off.
No,
Which
fair.
year gave us Quake 3, Unreal Tournament, and the original Counter-Strike beta?
1999 Prince C.
And we also got things like EverQuest, Homeworld, and System Shock 2 that year.
Hey, we got a C
Which of the
right.
following is the actual name of a real esports organization?
Unicorns of Love. I'm gonna have to do C.
Trick question, all of those ridiculous names belong to real esports teams.
Oh, it's
if I were to say to
personally.
you, you fight like a dairy farmer, what would the correct
Seth
response
is getting them all right. C. Cow Milker Pro.
That's of course from Monkey Island's insult
Yay.
sword fighting sequences. What year did Minecraft first become available on PC? The first version I think was 0.0.11a, but that whole kind of generation was renamed to Minecraft Classic later on.
See. Yay.
What was the last PC game made by Bullfrog Productions before it was merged with EA UK in 2001?
C.
SimCoaster also might have been known as Theme
Oh, you
Park
got it,
Inc.
Seth.
if you were outside of the US. DayZ takes place in what fictional country modeled after a 225 square kilometer slice of the Czech Republic?
C.
Oh,
hell no!
Soviet country names to make up. Which developer made the very first Sam & Max game?
That game's kind of fun. That definitely looks like a Sierra game.
At one point they tried to make a sequel, but all of the Sam & Max games since then
LucasArts?
have been made by Telltale. The original XCOM UFO Defense was developed by what two companies? Fun fact, it was actually also canceled during development, but kept on being made in secret.
I'd go with C.
What is Dwarf Fortress's full name?
C.
I actually just thought it was Dwarf Fortress 2, but I don't think that full name would quite fit on a box if it ever gets a physical release. Which Warcraft 2 cheat made your units invincible?
There can only be one. C.
I just miss cheats in general. I feel like more games should have them nowadays, but which fictional conglomerate from Zork appears on various products throughout the series? Although keep in mind that appears in a
C.
Zork game is actually written out because it's all text-based.
Seth is nailing all these. He's smart.
Of these kinds of anti-aliasing, which one would probably be the most demanding on your GPU?
C.
Although DMXAA gonna give it to your PC as well.
Oh, you got
Which
it
Kickstarter
wrong.
was the first to raise over $1 million in just a 24-hour period?
Let me think. C.
Back then, Broken Age was still just the Double Fine
I'm
Adventure.
old
though.
too.
In Planescape Torment, you take on the role of this immortal character.
C for both those.
Turn down for what?
His name is the nameless one, then maybe.
Turn down for what?
But keep in mind that those that were released on PC didn't always have the best ports.
3. C. Damn
Which
it.
one of these is the name of an actual Neverwinter Nights expansion?
Oh, we should know this. What is it, Seth?
You could probably just grab random fantasy words out of a hat and get the name of an MMO expansion, so this one was pretty hard in my opinion. Which of these was the debut title in Creative Assembly's Total War series?
Definitely C.
Come a long way since then. They went from samurai to orcs.
30
That marks the end of our
seconds.
trivia challenge, which is actually a good thing because it means the PC gaming show is almost here.
I know, I got
Just
timed
a
out,
few
too.
moments, Sean D9 Plot will
You
grace
should-
the stage with
it
his
only
presence
lasts like a
for a
minute.
show full of announcements, new gameplay footage, and all things PC gaming. I've been your quizmaster, Tom Marks. Be sure to stick around because you won't want to miss it.
They gotta expect people to get timed out for those questions. So. So this should be interesting, actually, I think.
Why do we call it the personal computer? Well, it's not just a box or a station, right? Your PC doesn't exist without you. And you don't just use your PC, you're its keeper. You're responsible for it. PC gamers get their hands dirty. We turn the screws, we clean the fans, we thread the cables.
That's true.
It's got your fingerprints on it, and that has a special kind of pride. We build our PCs, and through them, we build friendships.
It is fun building your own
rivalries.
PC. I gotta give them that.
We build communities, and our reflexes.
I'm down!
We write stories, we make mods because we get to decide what experience we want.
Get the hell out of my face.
Whoa.
God bless you, modders. PCs are scaffolding for our imaginations. That's what PC gaming means to us. To build. And to give back to your hobby as much as it gives to you. This is the PC Gaming Show 2017.
Show us some good shit. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of games all over the place, this is the PC Gaming Show, sponsored by Intel. How are you all doing this fine morning?
Pee Wee Herman.
Ah, yes. You're doing woo. That's excellent. I'm your host, Sean.
I think they started with that with the City Skylines. I'm hoping they bring Planet Coaster to consoles.
All their upcoming games, one after the other. So, I'd like to warmly welcome all of you for coming out to the beautiful Ace Hotel Theater in
What
downtown
PC
Los
strategy
Angeles.
games do you want on
Twitch
Xbox?
Chat, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know that you're currently being productive and constructive in chat right now. Now, if you're interested in watching in another language, over at PCGamingShow.com, we have German, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Feel free to head there, or stay
Total
right
War
here
and
for English
Civilization.
coverage. And without any further ado, let's find out what's happening this year at the PC Gaming Show.
I thought Civilization was
This is the PC
on 360
Gaming Show,
back in PAT,
live
but I
from
could
the
be
theater
wrong.
at Ace Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California. Coming up, Intel explores the future of PC gaming.
Yeah.
New
This
announcements
is
from
where I wanted to see
Xbox.
VR on this stage. And the mixed
Jordan
reality
Weissman,
stuff.
the creator of MechWarrior, gives a first ever look at BattleTech's campaign.
Nice.
New footage for Middle Earth, Shadow of War.
I already seen enough of that at
A
the
new game
Microsoft.
from Play Entertainment. New gameplay from Total War, Warhammer 2.
There you go.
New announcements of
Total War.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Battleground.
An exciting reveal from Tripwire Interactive.
Oh, I've
And
seen previews of that. That
plenty
looks.
more.
If that's a Vietnam
once
game,
again,
that looks pretty cool.
Sean Plott.
Thank you so much, evil, omnipotent voice in the sky. Let's talk about our very first game. It is an expansion to the legendary and infamous
Yeah, I think I'll
turn-based
get that,
strategy
Seth.
game,
Pretty sure.
XCOM 2. Let's take a look.
It's coming. I guarantee it. It's coming.
You're not supposed to be here.
2K.
At last, a true battle.
If only you knew the truth.
There were 3 resistance groups that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd made one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other.
So, you do exist.
They were sent here to purge the lost.
You are safe here. Now the real war begins.
XCOM 2 for your pleasure. Oh, consoles
Here with
and
me to talk
PC.
about
Cool.
XCOM 2 War the Chosen is the creative director of XCOM 2 over at Firaxis, Jake Solomon. Pleasure to have you here today.
This is very exciting. We finally get to talk about this, so yes, I'm very pumped. Thank you for having us.
Well then tell us, what is War the Chosen all about?
Well, so the goal with this game really was to make something massive. So we added a ton of new enemies, lots of new soldier classes, new environments, story, strategy systems, just tons of new toys for players to engage with.
And I understand that it's an expansion that's even larger than any of the ones you've done previously.
Yeah, easily twice the size of the previous XCOM expansion. It is massive.
Well, let's go ahead and start talking about some of the content that's in there. Who are the Chosen?
The Chosen, right? You saw them, they starred in the trailer. So they were designed to be the ultimate enemies of XCOM. They are three almost champions of the alien army. And they have three very distinct personalities and three very distinct fighting styles. And the player is going to get to know those very well, because over the course of a whole game, they're going to fight each of those Chosen multiple times. And the Chosen, just like the player, they get stronger over the course of the game. They learn new skills, new abilities. They even gain.
Someone said Half-Life 3, like that's going to happen.
Have to contend with.
So in a sense, it's not like a normal enemy where you might see a Chosen in one battle and a Chosen in the next. It will be the same Chosen again and again and again, getting new strengths.
That's right, that's right. And so you just, they always have something new up their sleeve because they're always learning sort of new tricks.
Well, you mentioned the personalities of the different Chosen.
Yeah.
Walk me through who the Chosen are and what these strengths and
Let's
weaknesses
see.
might be.
Yeah, so for example, there's the assassin, and her personality is tied up in duty and honor. She feels very honor-bound to serve her masters, her creators, and she does it, of course, by hunting down XCOM and killing soldiers, you know.
A natural expression of identity.
Going with
Bringing back
500,000.
some familiar elements from earlier games, yes.
Yeah.
And so, but combat-wise, she's a mix of stealth and close-quarters combat, so she can vanish from sight, and she uses that to get in close on the soldiers and use her blade. So, like the other Chosen, she's very powerful, and she has a sort of unique fighting style that the player hasn't seen before.
And we've talked about this new obstacle in the form of the Chosen. You know, mentioned the assassin. Who are the other two?
There's the hunter, that's more of a long-range sniper.
Yeah.
And then we have the warlock, which is, you know, a warlock. So
awkward.
So yeah, doesn't he look like a warlock? So yeah, they all have very unique skill sets, and so it's fun to fight each of them.
What about the new tools that players have in order to try to overcome this obstacle of the Chosen?
Yes, so as you saw in the trailer, XCOM is not the only resistance movement on Earth. So in War of the Chosen, you have these three factions out there, and like the Chosen, they all have distinct philosophies.
Yeah, we want
and
Borderlands.
distinct,
Shut the fuck
fighting
up, dude.
styles. But for the player to get access to those, first they have to win those factions.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The most powerful soldiers we've ever created. So
And we're taking a look at the Reaper right now. What's the gameplay of the Reaper?
That's right, the Reapers. So they are sort of stealth marksmen.
Borderlands or
saboteurs.
Riot?
Then we have the Skirmishers, which are actually defectors from the alien army.
Oh, that makes sense with the art style. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Look at those fingers. Yeah, so they're half alien human hybrids, and they're sort of like single soldier wrecking crews. They're really powerful. And then we have the Templars, and they're the most mysterious of the factions. They are psionic wildlings, and they work a little differently because they build up power over multiple attacks that they can then unleash in more devastating
So
abilities.
it's sort of like a mini resource management mechanic specifically for the Templar.
It definitely is. There's trade-offs there where as they gain focus, you either want to keep it because it makes them stronger, or you can spend it on these really powerful abilities.
Now, in the trailer, we got the chance to briefly look at the Lost. And though we didn't see them too much, I wanted to get the chance for you to talk about them a little more now. Who are they?
Right. So the Lost, this comes out of the idea that the original alien invasion happened 20 years ago.
Roger.
And in that invasion, the aliens destroyed some of the greatest cities of the world, and we've never been back. So in War of the Chosen, we go back. And what you find there are the Lost, these handsome
I thought that everyone in the cities died, but apparently they're alive and well. They're doing fine.
Yeah, as you can see, they've weathered the last 20 years really well. So, yeah, these are heavily mutated humans, and a single Lost is not going to pose much of a challenge.
Sure.
But unfortunately, you don't fight single loss. They move in large swarms. And so when you go into the cities, these swarms are drawn to the sound of combat, and they never stop coming. And there is a silver lining, which is that the Lost don't like aliens either. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so once the Lost show up, then everybody's fighting for their lives.
And I know that a big hallmark of the XCOM games is the sort of tactical maneuvers of the AI that, in the same way you're planning, it's planning too. But the Lost behave quite differently.
Yeah, they're mindless. So the idea is that you have this tactical combat going on against you versus the Advent, the aliens, and then all of a sudden this horde shows up and it throws everybody's plans out of whack. And then you can even have maps where they are chosen, lost, you're fighting the Advent at the same time. It makes for some very, very beautiful chaos. It is definitely unlike any other XCOM missions you can play.
Well, Jake, you're the first guest out, so I'm going to ask you the big question.
Okay.
When do we get to play it?
We get to play this. War of the Chosen comes
October.
out August 29th, so very
Just 2
soon.
months.
That's right.
August
very soon
29th.
On PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So
Xbox
people
One.
should follow XCOM on Twitter and Facebook if they want to keep up with all the latest XCOM information.
And Jake didn't want to do this, but I'm going to make him do it. Follow Jake
PS4
on Twitter. It's at Solomon Jake. Follow him, say hello, and tell him you're proud to be a
I'm
follower.
not smoking. That's a different noise.
Please, thank you. I don't like self-promotion.
Don't worry, I got you covered.
I
At
paid
Jake
Sean
Solomon.
for that. Thank you.
It's at Jake Solomon. At Jake Solomon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jake Solomon, creative director of XCOM 2.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now, as some of you may know, I am not the only host at this event. Joining me to do all sorts of announcement goodies is a woman named Sonia Reed, but you may know her a little better as OMG It's Firefox. How's it going, Sonia?
Hi. Thank you, Sean.
There's only
and
one
hello, you beautiful
Foxfire.
gamers. And whether you are checking us out online or you're hanging out with us here today, I am super excited to be here and show you guys some awesome games.
I always call Foxfire
you know what?
Firefox.
I'm not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it. I want to show you a game called Ooblets. It is going to be coming out early next year, and it is from an impressive studio of only 2 people called Glumberlands. So it's kind of a mashup between Harvest Moon meets Pokemon meets Adventure Time, but even cuter, if you can imagine that. So I'm going to show you how to grow and customize your Ooblets in this exclusive trailer.
Customize your Ooblets. Farmville. Oh, that little dude. He's so cute. What the fuck is this shit? $0.98 Steam game. She does look yummy. I agree. Did they show this at Microsoft? What is it like The Sims or something? Oh yeah, get down, get down. As cheesy as this looks, I'd probably try it out, actually. Because I like those little dudes. Ooblets. Xbox One 2018.
That trailer. I'm on him.
This looks cool.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
Here you go, Seth. What's up, Cypherman?
That Ooblets trailer makes me oh so happy, and the previous one you just got the chance to see is the old school tabletop game Battletech distilled into its purest form on PC, and here to talk about it from Harebrained Schemes is Jordan Wiseman and Mitch Gittleman. Welcome, gentlemen.
No
It's a pleasure
more
to have
talking.
you up on stage. Woo! Yes, that's the spirit.
Sims
Oh, hell
hipsters.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what the game looked like.
Now, there's been a lot of games based on Battletech. Tell us about this incarnation.
Yeah, that RTS did look
Battletech is a
kind of
modern,
cool.
turn-based tactical game set within the MechWarrior universe. There's going to be 3 modes of play. a single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop straight into some of that single-player content by taking a journey to the Argo. I understand that, you know, there's all sorts of combat goodies that we're going to see in a moment, but the Argo is in between missions. Walk us through what we're seeing.
Right, so the Argo is a broken down hulk of a spaceship from a bygone era, and it is your mercenary command center. You can take it all over all over space, going from star system to star system, and taking mercenary jobs.
There's a
from
game for
all
you,
sorts
Seth.
of different people, from petty dictators
Maybe, I
all
don't
the way
know.
up to the great lords and ladies of the noble houses. And from there, you can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri, she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
I'm curious a little bit about the storyline in the single player.
Sure. So you're going to see in a few moments Lady Kamea Arano. She's a deposed ruler. Her throne was taken by her uncle, and you are going to jump in and help her regain her throne.
Of course.
It's been plunged, the whole space has been plunged into a bloody civil war.
And these, of course, are the tools of negotiation and diplomacy called battle mechs. And here in the mech bay, which is one of the key components of the Argo, you're able to customize the mechs, adding different
Borderlands
weapons,
3 better be
changing
revealed.
weapons,
I'll be
armor,
pissed.
heat sinks, all that kind of stuff. Yang here is your master of ceremonies. He's one of the key crew members, because fixing these mechs after you come back from combat, you're a merc. You're supposed to make money. Taking damage, sets you behind, and so that's a really delicate balancing act.
I can imagine that trying to get all the parts that you need for your ship can be a little difficult.
Absolutely. That's why things like, especially in this time in era where parts are scarce, battlefield salvage is an important part of the game, and that also gets into like when you take out an enemy, try to leave the parts you want.
Yeah, you want to hit him just hard enough to take him down. There's Lady Kamea Arano there, and she's going to be the person you work for during the campaign. But of course, when the campaign ends, the single-player story ends, you can still play the open-ended campaign, traveling around doing whatever you want. And there are the battle mechs.
Yes, now we're going to get a chance to look at the combat itself. You're coming down from the Argo, you're descending into battle. Walk me through what we're seeing.
By all means.
Prepare for Titanfall.
Battletech full 3D environment, and like a modern tactical game, the environment counts, right? Line of sight, sensors, cover. Even though you're, friggin' 30-foot tall, covered in armor, hiding in a forest still helps. It soaks off damage. And so all of those are kind of core components of any modern game, and especially facing, which is really important in this game.
Facing really matters in Battletech. Battle mechs aren't giant bags of hit points. Instead, they have 11 different armor locations. There's internal structure. They have the internal components, these critical slots filled with all sorts of important pieces. So what you're trying to do is strip off the armor from one location and then keep your facing to try and penetrate it, get to the juicy bits.
Yeah, I mean, I see this diagram at the
Penetrate
top.
it for juicy bits. That's what I like to hear.
Played as a kid, and I mean, like,
as a kid, huh? Thanks, pal.
I mean, I understand it's the same sort of idea where damaging the arm disables that weapon, but the mech can keep going.
And you keep going on, you blow that arm off, and they lose those weapons.
And the back is really juicy and tasty too. You get around the back of a battle mech and penetrate.
What the fuck?
I said that out. We're live, right?
He really wants to penetrate.
We'll allow it. We'll allow
There you go. What you just saw there is Melee. One of the things we're really excited about. I mean, mechs were not only weapon systems; they're giant, armored suits, and so we end up and being able to slug and kick and just even put a foot through a cockpit or death from above, jump up and slam down on mechs. All that stuff is supported in this game. And
you really want to manage your heat too. You're walking. These mechs. The pilots are sitting on a giant nuclear reactor, basically, and so you really want to watch your heat, how much
like this
your,
guy here is
your
overheating.
different weapons do, because if you shut down in combat, you are quite vulnerable.
It's been really fascinating to watch a lot of the streams because I know you guys just went into beta. Where can the people here go to sign up to play?
Why, Sean, they can go to battletechgame.com. That's battletechgame.com.
There you go. Go sign up.
Find us on battletechgame.com.
And if you're interested in a used mech, this is the guy to talk to.
That's right.
Now, I'd like to state again, battletechgame.com. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Jordan, Mitch, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Look at his notes. It's like a novel. Holy shit.
Now, our very next game you may recognize from PC Games past. To talk about it, we got Sonya in the mezzanine.
Yes,
Thank you,
just
Sean.
show her
Our
the
next
whole
game is
time.
gonna
I'll be
come to
happy.
us from our friends at Tales World Entertainment, and they have been working on an awesome open-ended action medieval RPG game. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. We're gonna check out the trailer for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
There, I answered this one. We'll see if we win. We're doing good. We're at 71%. We got it right. We might win some. You win $1 of Steam currency. What do you think? Does this look good? Look at all those arrows sticking out. Mount Blade 2, Bannerlord. Let's see if it's... No console.
Always a pleasure to have Mountain Blade 2 here at the PC Gaming Show. Now, I know we've just gotten started, and we've seen XCOM and Ooblets and Battletech. We would love to hear your thoughts. Use hashtag PC Gaming Show. Let us know what you think. We'll even put some of the tweets up here live.
Not
all of the tweets.
Not just a few arrows. That guy had like 10 arrows sticking out.
But either way, we'd be thrilled to hear your thoughts. Coming up next, we have the
He wasn't even phased.
Total War Warhammer 1. It's Total War Warhammer 2. I'm joined by Al Bickham from Creative Assembly.
How you doing?
How's it going, Al?
Yeah, really good. Good to be here.
So tell me, what is it that's been going on since your announcement a few months ago?
Quite a lot, really. I mean, this is we're working on the second game in our trilogy. It's going to be every bit as big as the first game, but we're layering on. We're sort of doubling down on all the stuff that made the first game so fun, which is real diversification between the factions and a whole range of new kind of gameplay extras in the campaign game as well. So 4 new factions set across 4 new continents.
There's 4 new factions, is there?
Yep, 4 new factions, yep.
I thought there were 2 big ones we were talking about.
No, well, we're focusing on the High Elves and the Lizard Men at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's the Dark Elves as well, and another 4th race, which we have yet to announce.
Oh, you tease.
I know, terrible, isn't it?
Well, Al, talk to us a little bit about the High Elves and the Lizard Men.
Right, so they're both essentially working towards the same goal in the campaign game, which is to heal the Great Vortex, which is a sort of unique feature of the campaign map, which ties.
It looks like Avatar, but no one's blue.
Even those in the Warhammer world with the same aims will inevitably come to blows at some point. So that's what we'll be showing today.
And we're going to be looking at what is called a quest battle between the High Elves.
There's
and the
Tim Curry as the devil.
A little bit of what we're about to see.
Okay, so this is we're about to show some footage from a quest battle for Krokgar, who's one of the legendary lords for the Lizard Men, and this is one of his quest battles, and it's the battle for the Fallen Gates. So you'll see the master Lizard Man forces trying to oust.
I'll say it. Total War is coming to Xbox.
They're sort of meddling in
just so you could hear it.
Power side of the Lizard Men.
Well, I'm very excited to take a look. It's going to be some in-game footage from the Battle of the Fallen Gates.
Where does Warhammer take place on? Lustria? I think it's Lustria. God damn it, vote. assholes. Empire, I think.
September 28th, Al. That is the first time I think we've got the chance to see that official release date.
Yep, we're announcing that today. We're officially out on the 28th of September, so we're available for pre-orders now. We've got an early adopter bonus, which is really significant. Sort of bunch of new content for Warhammer 1. It's a new
Awesome.
race pack, in fact. So yeah, it's and we're out this year.
Well, I want to take a step back, and I want to have you talk a little bit about what it was that we just saw in the Battle of the Fallen.
consoles.
Right, so as I mentioned, this is a quest battle, and this is the Lizardmen versus the High Elves.
Right.
And this is what we've got playable here at E3 this week.
Me
so
neither.
You'll be able to take control of the Lizardmen in that battle and experience that immense diversity and all the crazy stuff that's going on in their army, because they're essentially an army of ancient spacefaring dinosaurs. And they, small dinosaurs that ride big dinosaurs with Aztec space lasers, and it's playing with Warhammer.
It's just dinosaurs all the way down.
All the way up and all the way down. Yeah. So and Warhammer gives us these toys to play with, to make the game with. It's awesome.
Well, backing out of the battle, I know that the campaign map in Total War Warhammer was a big hit. What's going on with the campaign level in Warhammer 2?
So in Warhammer 2, we've got a ton of new campaign features which lead you to kind of explore and discover and gain new abilities and that kind of stuff.
PS4 Pro,
around,
boo.
a sort of
Thumbs
overarching
down.
narrative, so
That's
all the
funny.
races are in tension right until the end. But we're also, shortly after launch, we're also releasing a free update for the game, which will bring the combined campaign map into play, which is the landmass from Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 together in a gigantic campaign map where you can play any of the
That's
races that you own from both games. Yeah.
Well, I understand you have presence here at E3, not just in this show, but also on the floor. What are players going to get the chance to play there?
Yep, so they can play the Battle of the Fallen Gates. We've got two difficulty modes, so a kind of starter difficulty mode and a veterans difficulty mode. And they'll also get to see, we're also rolling, when you play it, you'll see the actual campaign map as well. We've put a video together that details loads of the new features in the campaign map, so you can actually see that in action as well. So if you get a chance, go play. It's really good fun.
Well, Al, I want to thank you for coming out and talking to us today about Total War Warhammer 2. Once again, feel free to check it out on the E3 floor, or if you're at home, there'll be tons of footage and updates about the Battle of the Fallen Gates. Now, our next game is in the card game genre.
Oh,
a genre
God,
where,
no.
no matter how hard I try, I wind up playing bad decks and having fun.
No card
Here to talk
games,
about the upcoming
please.
expansion for Shadowverse is Kriparian.
Hey guys, how's it going? Crane here. Today I want to talk to you guys about Shadowverse. Shadowverse is one of the best card games out there because it basically just does everything.
And his name is John C.
Deck type, whatever cards, anything I want to do. And of course, every time there's new cards added to the game, this whole thing gets forwarded and really the game gets so much richer. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the worldwide debut of the Wonderland Dreams trailer.
This much. All the girls stop your feet like.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Knights and dragons.
Fuck the shit.
Or wistful love.
Oh.
Within this book, all ambitions bloom.
It looks
But
pretty,
be
but it's a
warned,
card
my
game.
fickle friend. A dark abyss awaits us all. For blood-pricked roses,
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
or purged in flame. The hand you choose defines your fate. So I ask you, is this really just a game?
Alice in Wonderland Dream card game. Wonderful. No one claps.
Thank you, Psy Games, and thank you, Crip. As you know, technology is an extremely important component to games, especially with the ever-increasing power of hardware and with new demands coming from VR. Here to talk a little bit about tech in games is the leader
There
of the
we
software
go.
development
Something
group at
interesting.
Intel. It's Doug Fisher. Doug, come on out.
How you doing, Sean?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Doug.
It's great to be here.
I want to thank you, Doug, for coming out, and of course, thanks to Intel for sponsoring this event. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. And since Doug has a whole bunch of exciting stuff to say, I'm going to give the stage to Doug. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I am very excited to be here. And I'm very excited to talk to the PC gaming community about all the announcements we made this morning from Intel. I'm a software guy, you're the gamers. All these announcements are very relevant to everything we do. You know, 2016 was an amazing year by all measures in gaming. Look at the number of live streams in Twitch, over 2 million new live streams. Over 300 million esports enthusiasts. And look at the growth in VR. 2017 is going to be even more amazing. And why? Because of you. It's because of you in this room, the PC gamers.
Getting
It's because
Indian
of you
food and
on the
blunts. Those go
broadcast.
good together.
You are the ones that bring the innovation that we create. You drive us to innovate. You were on the edge
That
of
guy
technology
looks like he
all
smoked
the
a
time
blunt.
with you. You have that instinct on what the new capabilities are that we need to deliver. And then you have this amazing, inclusive, and social environment. Young, old,
Bruce Willis.
male, female, tech, non-tech. Millions of people getting together, inspiring each other to immerse themselves in this environment. Now, it starts at Intel with amazing hardware technology. We've talked about the launch we had 2 weeks ago of our X Series platforms. Now, you gaming enthusiasts will love the Core i7X overclocking capability. It's an amazing system. And you megatasters who want to game, create, stream will love the beast of them all, the Core i9 Extreme Edition, an amazing system for this environment. Now, as a software person, I love this environment. I love this hardware. Because why? It gives software people less time waiting, more time creating that amazing content. I work with over 1 million gaming developers to ensure they take full advantage of all that innovation we put on our platforms. Whether it's working on the caching algorithms or the high-density graphics or multi-core, it doesn't matter, all the different areas, the best-known methods. We ensure these millions of developers are making the most out of that platform, delivering the best content. Then we work to market that so that all the gamers out here, the billions of gamers,
Fuck, I knew that one
know
answer.
the new compelling content that's available.
Shit, I thought it was 6.
And this is just an example of some of the titles we work with. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these titles. These are just a few examples, whether it's Halo Wars 2 or Overwatch, or in the VR space, where it's Arizona Sunshine or The Unspoken. We're working with all these content providers to ensure they take full advantage of all those new capabilities. How many people have heard of Destiny? Yeah.
Nobody.
I couldn't be more excited to tell you that we work with Bungie and Activision to bring Destiny 2 to the PC. That, yes, we're bringing it to the PC, yes, bring it up.
Suck on that, Sony.
That experience is absolutely amazing. And I can't think of a better person to talk about how amazing that experience is than the full-time
Thanks for the
live
follow,
Twitch streamer
Darlin.
and YouTube broadcaster. Welcome on stage, Tefty Teft. Hey, Tefty.
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
Good. Great to see you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
So you really do live, eat, breathe, sleep, dream Destiny.
I do. I play a lot of Destiny. I've got thousands of hours, hundreds of raids completions. I've built my community around Destiny on Twitch, and I'm a co-host for, one of the founding co-hosts of Destiny Community Podcast, one of the biggest podcasts specifically for Destiny. So I know a lot about Destiny, and I play a lot of it.
That's great. And so when you play it,
Destiny
have you experienced
shit.
it on the PC yet?
I have, yeah. I got to play it at the event. I got to say, the PC experience is amazing. As somebody who's played a lot of hours in Destiny, everybody knows how is it going to transfer, how's the experience going to go from console to PC, are they going to actually be able to deliver? And I can say 100% sure that the PC experience is incredible. When I got to play it, I was blown away. I popped Dawn Blade, using mouse and keyboard, and rain and fire from above. It was amazing. You guys, if you're a fan of Destiny, you're going to love Destiny 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, is anybody out here going to be able to participate and play with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be on the it's going to be on the show floor. The other thing too is they've got
Show
tons
it.
of PC support as well that's being added to it. So 4K is going to be beautiful looking. It's got 21:9 ratio, uncapped frame rates. I mean, for me personally, I'm going to be looking at pushing 144 or higher for FPS because it's going to be so nice.
144 frames per second.
Yes,
Crazy.
absolutely. On top of that, Bungie has told me something specific.
We're fighting
that
about
is exciting
3060.
for the high CPU core count chips. They are optimizing the engine so it will take advantage of all the cores in your CPU. So if you do have an i9 Extreme, which hey, you know, maybe hook me up. If
Did
you
they
have
say
an
the
i9
price of the
Extreme,
i9?
it'll be able to take advantage of all those cores. That is that's great. As an enthusiast, PC
What's up,
enthusiast
Nightcore
myself,
Wolf? How you
I'm
doing?
very excited about that potential for Destiny 2. I can't wait to run it out maxed with as many frames as possible.
Well, fantastic. You guys all have a chance to take a look at it. Maybe you and I can play later today.
That'd be great.
All right.
It's good. It's going to be on the E3 show.
I think that's
so.
funny. Like we're all
Fantastic.
fighting
Thank you
about
very much.
30 frames
All right.
and
Big
60
hand.
frames, and they're at 144 frames. That's crazy.
I love that. That experience.
gotta buy a
nothing says it like that,
freaking
right?
beast
All right.
machine,
So
though.
it's not just about the top 8 list titles, but also it's about the broad set of developers we participate with. The independent developers. You can see examples of properties that they've developed. We want to make sure everybody's developing and creating content on the PC to create more and more opportunity to participate in that. We're inspiring these developers through a contest called Level Up. Take a look at the sponsors between Intel. You got
vote.
Green Man Gaming, Epic, and Razer sponsoring this event. We have real luminaries judging, like Tim Schafer. Yes, Tim Schafer is going to be judging this contest. The winner will be announced at PAX West in Seattle in September. I encourage you to participate. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to get involved
Oh, right on,
and
cool.
participate. And why do we care?
Thanks
As
for
a software
watching
guy,
that.
why do we care? Because we want more
That was
and more
really fun.
content out there. We want more opportunities for games for others to participate. We want to discover the next big thing on the PC. We don't know where it's going to come from. So we want lots of people participating on our platform so that the next big thing is built on top of the PC. And you, everybody here, all you gamers, you can participate as well. I'm certain as you're participating in a game, you've thought of something new, unique that you'd like to bring to reality. This is your opportunity to be one of those developers as well, or at least influence one of those developers and create that amazing immersive experience, whether you're a gamer, content creator, or even esports. Now, speaking of esports, we had 2 exciting announcements today in the esports arena, pun intended.
No more
with
esports.
ESL. The first being, we have a landmark deal with ESL. Intel is now the global technology provider for esports for ESL. That's great news for everybody in the gaming community because the latest technology will be used for the events, for the studios, the back-end operations, and the streaming capabilities during the event. You'll have the latest technology at those events. Now, the thing I love about sports, and I'm a traditional sports admirer as well, is they have this tradition around these things called a Grand Slam, whether it's tennis, golf, rugby. They have a Grand Slam. And there's no reason we can't have that in esports. And that's why we're excited with Oculus, ESL, and Intel are sponsoring the Grand Slam event, Intel Grand Slam. And all these leagues getting together, and the first team to win 4 of the 10 events will be the Grand Slam winner. They'll collect their traditional prize, but in addition, they'll get another $1 million bonus for being the Grand Slam winner.
Another trivia.
$1 million. All right.
I think it's Fruit Ninja. I don't know.
I was so excited about the announcement
Oh,
today.
it's Doom. They
Around
already
Echo
showed that.
Arena. They've taken this property and now
See?
are making it
We're
VR
right.
multiplayer. Do you guys see that announcement today? It's so great. They're creating the multiplayer VR experience and bringing it to life in this platform. We're so excited about it at Intel, and we want so many people to start participating with it. We are sponsoring a deal in conjunction with Oculus to make this available with Oculus free of charge for limited time at launch. So all of you can play with this game free of charge starting July 20th. And you now can participate, learn, and become an expert in VR gaming.
You get to keep it?
Now, I know when you become an expert, what do you want to do? You want to showcase those skills. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had an opportunity to showcase those skills? That's why we're super excited to work together to create the VR Challenge. With Intel, Oculus, and ESL, we're creating the VR Challenge. It's a virtual challenge in the VR
Stop
arena.
talking. Show something.
And everybody's going to compete, and the end of it's going to be in Poland at the Intel Extreme Masters, where the finals will be in 2018. Book your tickets now. It's going to be a crazy event. Now, I know everybody likes a challenge. Everybody's excited about challenges. I'm going to give you a challenge all here today. Just participate in at Intel Gaming. Follow at Intel Gaming, and you'll have a chance by participating there to win one of 3 great prizes, one from Oculus, one from Asus, and one from iBuyPower. You'll have a chance to win one of these prizes just by participating in this challenge. And don't dismay, all those will have Core i7 in the systems. So it's a great opportunity to play, participate, and bring up that challenge.
I have an i7.
So the future is here now, the future of gaming. You can just feel it growing and growing. You see the immersive capabilities. And why is that happening? Because we have amazing Intel hardware. As a software person, that helps me participate in creating amazing and compelling
Like
content.
I said,
And those
I'm
new
gone. This is
immersive experiences
far
we
too
all want
boring.
to have.
Everyone's like, yes,
So
this
the
is
realm of possibilities are here now.
boring.
An example of that is VR.
Look at all the Z's.
So I'm stepping away now. I'm going
I'll
to
do
go
it
up and
too.
look at the Echo platform, Echo Arena, and see how it goes, and I'll be back in a minute. So, Sean?
Thank you, Doug. It was a pleasure to have you. Thanks for all the great announcements. And of course, thanks again to Intel for sponsoring this event. Keep in mind, if you look at the time, we're not even halfway done yet. We have all sorts of games still yet to be announced.
Right,
so
who
let's
could
go
pass
ahead
that
and
up?
look at what's to come.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up, Brendan Green joins us to talk about the future of his smash hit, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And a new game from Clay Entertainment.
I'm glad Battlegrounds is coming to
Back to you, Sean.
consoles. I think that's dope. Great. Look at his
Time to
notes.
take a look at an upcoming
It's like a
game
novel.
up in the mezzanine with Sonya. How's it going, Sonya?
Thank you, Sean.
Hey,
so,
two
as a
hot girls.
Firefox, this is a game that pulls on my heartstrings and does not let go. And I just want to hear more about it. And luckily, I've got the perfect person to talk to today. I am joined by Felix Kramer on the game formerly
I'll take
known
the one on
as
the right.
Secret Legend. But you've got some special announcements. I saw some secretive tweets from the Dicey Twitter account.
You did.
Do you want to talk
definitely.
about that?
Well, you're exactly right. We were known as Secret Legend, but today we're announcing our new name, Tunic. So you can head to tunicgame.com to find out more about that. And we're announcing that we're pairing with publisher Finji, who you may know from their incredible work on Night in the Woods and Overland.
So exciting.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So I want to tell you,
So
it wasn't just the
exciting.
Fox that sold me on this
Oh my
game. I
God.
love the beautiful, charming graphics, and honestly, I just want to see more of it. Can we check out the trailer?
Let's do it.
So finally, gameplay. Great, a phone game. How wonderful. This looks like the Oceania game that's like free on the telephone or smartphone. It's just like it. It looks exactly like it, actually, except you're a fox. What the fuck? Blooper, cringe, no audio on the mic.
Thank you, Sonya. Now, our next title that we'll be talking about is
honestly a huge surprise hit, having just
That's
surpassed
cute,
3
but
million
you
sales,
could probably
and may
play that game on
recognize
your
it
phone
as one of the 3 most
very
played
soon.
and
Oh, let's
broadcasted
load again.
games on Twitch right now. It's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I'm literally
What
next
did
to
Battlegrounds
PlayerUnknown
start
right
off
now.
as a mod?
Brendan Green, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
I think Arma
Yeah.
2.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it has been amazing to see the runaway success of your game. What's it been like for you?
It's been immense. I mean, really, the reaction we've got from players and content creators has been tremendous, and I want to say thank you to everyone for that. It's been great.
And thank you for the experiences, both of the joy of winning and the, well, I guess the joy of a bullet flying through my head out of nowhere, and I'll never know why.
Gotta learn to love the salt. Love it.
Well, I understand that even though a lot of people treat the game almost as a full release right now,
Yeah.
it's still technically not released yet, and there's a whole lot more to come. Talk to us a little bit about what's in store.
So we have, our focus at the moment is to sort of stabilize the game, get the servers up to spec, but also we have, 2D, 3D replays planned for in-game replays. We have new weapons coming every month.
Did you see him throw the grenade?
So yeah, no, but our current
Bounce back
focus is
in the
really
house.
just get the game competitive and stable.
So suddenly fences are no longer the most impossible object in the game. You can
Right?
climb over them.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So our content programmer Marek, he's done a really great job getting this system to be dynamic. So it doesn't matter what object you're in front of, you'll jump or vault over it.
Yeah, so in terms of jumping and vaulting, is it... yeah, vaulting. Is it sort of, when you say that it's dynamic, does this mean that the taller the obstacle, the more difficult it is to climb over?
Yeah, exactly, and it has
different.
different animations for each different thing, so vaulting, climbing. Now we also have weather, so...
One of my favorite aspects, of course, is the rain map in the game. Walk me through what we're seeing here.
So this is our new weather settings. This is fog,
I know,
so a
right?
clear day.
Night court.
Our rain has been tweaked a little bit as well, and we also have our sunset coming in. So this really, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's
Dynamic sun, dynamic
and what
weather,
is the impact on
dynamic
gameplay
vaulting.
of these types of things with weather?
It just changed dynamic. Oh, so this is...
Oh, a new gun.
If I hear that word one more
This
time.
is the OTS Groza. It's a 7.62 bullpup, super powerful, crate only. Yeah, it's going to be a beast.
Is it a short range, long
Battlegrounds
range?
is going to be an awesome
short to medium, it's
game
gonna be a
to
beast. It's gonna be
co-stream
super
on
powerful.
Mixer.
And then long range
For
it'll
sure.
work as well.
And I remember before you came on the show, I asked, why did you put that gun in? And I think your answer was...
It just looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's like we wanted to add a bullpup and we wanted to add something else to the 7.62 class. And this is a Spetsnaz weapon. It's
Okay, let's see.
It looks cool.
We got a new question.
I want to come back to the weather effects. Obviously, they look beautiful. What are some of the impacts that you've seen on the gameplay with the new weather effects?
Well, it's just going to change
How much
the way
did
you
the
play.
game
So
make
it's not necessarily going to be
in
sniping
3
all the
days?
time.
3
with
million.
Foggy weather, you're going to have to choose a more EQ type play style. But it's just again to give you a bit of variety and make every game kind of different.
You've talked a little bit about what we've seen in the video, but talk to me about long term. What's far down the line for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
So again, we want to finish out the platform and make it a good platform for all kind of game modes. You know, we will have modding down the line as well. Yeah, and it's again, it's just creating a stable platform. That's our aim here.
I understand that you're also working on new maps.
Yeah, so we have 2 new maps coming. One based in Peru, a desert map with sort of ruined cities with sandstorms and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then this other one in the Adriatic. So it has even a ruined cosmodrome in the center of the map with like snowfall, and I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been super involved with the community of regular players. What's in store for those people playing the game right now?
So as I said, we have our custom games. We have the 3D replays, which I'm really excited about because it allows you to watch your match back in the engine with a free cam. And
Look, if you think console gamers are toxic in the chat,
so you can
just read some of this shit.
Yeah, and it'll just give you a new way to create like machinimas and stuff like that within the game.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to bring up, because you were mentioning this a lot before you came on, you have all sorts of stability and performance fixes incoming.
Yeah, so like our focus this month is on our server performance and really getting that stable.
People
because at the moment the servers
spamming.
aren't performing the best they could. But you know, so last month our team's focus was on client performance and we improved that broadly for a lot of people. And this month it's on server, so they've already found a lot of things to fix, and I'm excited.
That's great. I'm sure players will completely stop blaming anything on the game at that point.
Right.
They will accept responsibility for those losses then. Well, to PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan, thank you so much for coming out to talk about it. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
As we get ourselves set up for the next game, we're going to head to the mezzanine with Sonya for a little
When
bit
is
of a
Nintendo stuff?
Thank you, Sean.
Does anyone know?
Sean is pretty cool, right? But you
I
know what's a
don't even know.
little bit cooler? A free PC. We're going to be giving away a badass PC from our friends at Intel. This bad boy is going to be rocking an i7 7700K processor. There's a lot of 7s in there, and it's going to be running a NVIDIA GTX 1080. It is worth more than $2,500, so if you want a chance to win,
oh hell no!
.com/giveaway and put in your information. Good luck, and back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sonya. And I am pretty cool, right?
No, you're not.
Jesus, thanks, audience. Woo! I didn't realize you could pinpoint the exact time and date a career died, but
Tomorrow?
we still have all
Okay,
sorts of great
cool.
stuff
Do you
in
know what
store
time
for
it
you.
is?
Our next guest you may recognize from PC gaming shows past. Tripwire Interactive is back with a slew of games to talk about, and I'm joined by creative director Bill Monk. Pleasure to have you.
Smoke weed every day.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Rising Storm 2?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a realism FPS. We just released it 2 weeks ago, and the fan reaction's been really positive. Really happy about that, and we want to thank everyone who was part of the beta phases that helped shape the game in a real positive way. And be sure to check out the Trello boards, see what we're up to, and we're actually already really busy working on some new content.
He's got the
so
whole
stay tuned.
That's amazing.
Encyclopedia
I mean, I know so many people know you from
Britannica
Killing Floor
like
2,
in his
but
hand.
especially this year, there's so much to talk about. I mean,
Yep.
last year you announced Killing Floor, Incursion, the VR Killing
His
Floor.
notes are like
Oh, that's
stacked
been
taller
going
than the
awesome.
healthcare bill.
Incursion's one of the second phase, game or second wave games to come out for VR, and we've learned a lot. And we're really, really excited. We think we have one of the best products that's going to come out later this year. It's scary as hell. You can play it
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle
single
it.
player and co-op, and we're really excited to release it.
What do you think they'll show on
Stay tuned
Nintendo?
on that.
That's awesome.
Besides
Now,
Mario.
the big thing I know you wanted to talk about today was a little bit of content coming down the line for your big game, Killing Floor 2. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we released Killing Floor 1, one of the things that really put us on the map was our time seasonal events.
Everyone's
And
saying
when we released
Half-Life.
Killing Floor 2, people were always clamoring and asking,
Everyone
when you guys
begs
gonna do
for
that Killing Floor
Half-Life
2?
every year and they
Reasonable
never
enough.
get
Well, We're
it.
super happy to announce the Summer Sideshow coming out this year.
Yeah,
Well,
Metroid
I'm eager
would
to
be
show
cool.
everyone this footage. This trailer
I
makes
love
me laugh
Metroid.
every time. Let's go ahead and take a look at Killing Floor 2's Summer Sideshow.
It's trivia.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the tragic
How long
kingdom
is
of
Killing Floor
amusement
2
park.
said after
Come
the
on
first
down and
game?
play Find Mini Cutie, Feed the Pound, Dunk the Blow, and Pop the What? Was that a real head? Trade for festive clown makeup, colorful hats, and dozens of other items. Carnival rewards are only available for a limited time. See the adorable pinhead and marvel at the mighty strong pound. Oh, what is wrong with him? Hear the bearded beauty, the siren from Fiji. I think I'm gonna be sick. Backed by popular demand. Come see Pukey the Clown and the Monkey Man. Why does the monkey have a chainsaw? Find romance in the tunnel of love. Swing on
I
the
love
queen
weird
of
cartoon
chains.
stuff.
Look at the... Ow! Scream on Pound Mountain! Oh, but that's not safe! See the death-defying firestorms of Dr. Infernum's Pyrotechnic Emporium! Oh, is he actually on fire? Why is that person on fire? Earn new achievements and triumph the new HE-12 shotgun and tactical lever-action rifle!
Kinda like a Left 4
Why
Dead
do
thing.
you need a
It's in it.
shotgun at a carnival? I don't care, it's unlockable. Why does the carnival cleanup crew need hazmat suits? No, no, I'm done. This is a horror show. I'm getting out of here. If you can hear this, run!
News and outbreaks and variants and behavior detected. Be alert for new challenges, modes, and threats in the weekly outbreaks.
I want that.
I mean,
That's
I
awesome.
know it's a horror theme, but there's some great humor in this.
Oh yeah, I mean, seasonal events are definitely the most fun to work on. I mean, it's just, we could just go crazy and go goofy. We got clowns.
You got the
fat
monkey
clowns,
that bangs the cymbal with
monkey
a
with
chainsaw instead.
chainsaws, midgets on
Roger,
stage,
Roger.
bearded ladies. We got it all.
Tell me a little bit about what is
Yeah,
the
the
gameplay? What's
narrators
some
on
of the stuff that people can
every
experience
press
on the
conference
site
are kind of
So
annoying.
it's a limited time event. It's only going
Right.
to last for 1 month. So all this crazy stuff you're seeing here, it's 1 month.
See, other
And
people are
there's,
saying Left
over
4 Dead
50
2. That kind of
cosmetic
looked like a
items
Left 4
that people
Dead
can gain from playing
type of
it
game.
fully free. All the Zeds have been replaced. All the voices have been redone. We also have mini games that are thrown out throughout the
Yeah,
map.
I saw the carnival games right at the start of the trailer.
Yep. We've also got 2 new weapons that we're introducing. And we also have this other mode that we're really excited about. It's the weekly outbreak.
Yeah, I saw the
mode.
weekly outbreak at the end of the trailer. What's the weekly outbreak about?
So each week, new gameplay mode comes out with new challenges for the player. We have one. It's starting out with Cranium Cracker, and that's a headshot only mode. And
So
then
no
we have
damage unless it's headshot.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have another one called Tiny Terror, where every time you shoot a Zed, they actually shrink. They become like little midget Zeds, which is really crazy. And whenever the players get hit, they shrink too.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that's just 2 of them. We
Me
have
too.
8 total, and it's over 2
Clown
months
Shooter
worth of,
Pro.
content. And if they're really hard to beat, but if you beat it, you get really cool precious items and stuff like that.
So of course I have to ask.
I love side
when
freak
can
show
people play it?
dark
Actually,
stuff
you can
like
play it
that.
tomorrow, and it's free on Steam all week.
Easy.
Oh shit! It's free on Steam.
So you got no excuse not to try it.
Well, I mean, what if people
Download
are
it.
here at E3?
Oh well, they can play it here too.
Oh boy, that
Yeah,
was
tomorrow.
a setup on my part.
Right.
Yeah, whereabouts is it at on the E3 floor?
That's at the PC Gamer Show.
Oh, that's right. It's at
Yep.
the PC Gaming Show booth. We have our own booth here at E3.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad that 2 of you are
Yeah.
very excited to hear
PC
that.
Masters.
The first of many, right? This is going to
Yes.
become a tradition.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of the budget, so yes, of course. Well, I want to say, Bill, thank you so much for coming out. Congrats
Absolutely.
on all the projects and the progress. Bill Monk from Tripwire
Thanks, Dan.
Interactive.
Put it on
Thank you.
consoles. Make more money. Damn it.
Let's head back up to the mezzanine for a little bit of social with Sonya.
This year's PC Gaming Show is being broadcast on more platforms than ever before. We are on Steam.
Yeah, I
We're
agree,
on
Seth. I
Facebook
don't
and
know why-
Twitch and Mixer. We are all over the place. This is awesome. And guys, if you're on Mixer, you gotta sweet talk the mods a
Hold
little
on,
bit.
this
Be
chick's
kind of
on.
nice to them because they're gonna be giving away games throughout the entire show. Unfortunately, no free games for day 9. Sorry. Back to you, Sean.
I'll happily buy them. Yay, video games!
Oh my god, that
Now,
guy's
if
a
any of
dweeb.
you got the chance to see the conferences leading up to today, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. In particular,
Yeah,
Microsoft has had a whole
was it
slew
Killing
of
Floor
games
2
people have come
free
forward, including
on
some that are going to be at
PS4
this show,
this month?
starting with the first ever incarnation of Forza Motorsport coming straight to PC.
I don't think it's on
It's
Xbox,
Forza
though, which kinda
Motorsport
sucks.
7. Joining me to talk about it is the creative director of Forza Motorsport from Turn 10, Bill Giese. Come here, Bill.
How's it going?
Yeah, Bill,
More
congratulations.
Forza.
Thank you.
The announcement yesterday must have
Hey
been really
guys,
exciting for
hey
you guys.
Xbox
announcements.
people,
We
guess
revealed
what?
a car
Forza's
to the
also
world.
coming to
Not an
PC.
in-game car. A
No,
car.
an
Wonderful.
actual car. That's normally saved for car shows like Geneva and Paris.
Yeah.
We revealed a car here at E3, the Porsche 911 GT2
Oh god, I
RS
don't want to hear
to the
anything
world
else about
yesterday.
Porsche.
You know, I've gotten the chance to play
I
the
like
previous
Porsche,
Forza
but
Motorsport games, and that
Jesus.
always struck me as a racing game not focused on being cartoonish or strapping guns to the car. It's about hyper-realistic racing.
Forza Motorsport is about precision, it's about competition, and we've rebuilt Forza Motorsport 7 from the ground up to really recreate that feeling of driving a car at peak. The cars, we have over 700 cars. Every single one of them, they're going to rattle and shake. It's going to scare the crap out of you.
What are some of the things that you've done to bring
Is
that
this the
experience?
same game or is this like an Apex?
Going to PC has been awesome. Not only will it have mouse and keyboard support, but with multi-USB, we have every fan-requested wheel on the market. And it's been exciting for the team.
That's a lot of USB
It's a lot
devices.
of wheels, let me tell you. And we've been testing that. Last week alone, we brought in any USB device we had, and we played on a Guitar Hero guitar and a DDR pad. Now, you're not going to do that, obviously.
That's
but
not how
that's
real
not-
racing
racers do
works.
it.
That's not the hyper-realistic part.
But whatever you have in your closet, plug it in, you're ready to go.
Now, what about for low-end PCs? There's obviously a lot of people who are on budget devices. I mean, what about for them? What's the optimization been like?
Well, it's been great. Going to the high end of 4K, unlock frame rate, 21:9, but we've also lowered our min spec as well to include i5.
See, this is
No
what I
matter where
don't
you
get,
play,
like,
it looks and plays great.
And
they're
speaking of
totally
looking and
hyping
playing
this
great, you're
Xbox
here at
One
E3,
X
and I
and
understand you have some
PS4 Pro
out-of-control
and
rigs
stuff.
that people can actually play the
But-
games on.
Absolutely. Come by
And I'm
the
not trying to
show.
be a
We've got
PC
two
nerd or anything,
hydraulic
but
rigs, in 4K
for $500 you could
on
buy
ultra-performance.
Rigs, you didn't
Yeah,
tell me
pretty
that.
damn
yeah, bring a
amazing.
vomit bag.
graphics
and
card.
come on, check it out. It looks awesome.
Well, awesome.
And
Bill,
play
thanks so
both
much for sharing with
PS4
us.
and Xbox.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm incredibly excited of all the stuff Microsoft's doing. You just got the chance to look at Forza, and now coming onto the stage, I am replacing Bill with Ted Timmons. He's the PC design lead at Rare.
No,
to
you
talk
didn't miss
about
anything, Cypher.
Sea of Thieves. Come on out.
They're just
Ted.
showing all the Xbox games on
Hey, Shel.
fucking
Ted
PC
Timmons.
now.
having me.
Welcome.
Which is,
It's a pleasure. So, Ted, talk to me a little bit about what is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so we feel like we've made the pirate game you've always wanted. When you think about sailing around the open seas, you and your crew of crewmates. Basically, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
you get more than a graphics card.
What are some of the things
beast
that
graphics
you're
card for that
showcasing
much
here at
money.
E3 in the game?
Yeah, so for anyone who didn't see the briefing yesterday, we showed off great new features like riddle map storms and firing yourself out of cannons.
What do you think about them showing all this Xbox stuff at
Now, I had to ask the same question to
PC
Forza
conference?
Motorsport. What are some of the things, some of the features that you've added in to focus on the PC experience?
Yeah, so we've got things like 4K, unlocked frame rates, everything you expect, but we've also brought our gameplay footage in
Oh, we
21
got a
by 9
Sea of
as well, my
Thieves
personal
trivia.
favorite.
Your favorite resolution,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the top 3 favorite resolutions?
Yeah, it's
of yours?
probably
In
there
what
with
year
32 by 9
was
and 16
Rare
by 9 as well,
originally
please.
found?
So, tell me a little
85,
bit more
1985,
about the PC version.
1985.
Obviously,
Let's
it's
do
probably
it.
a challenge to try to develop for 2 different devices at once.
Yeah, so we decided to change our approach to the game. We're actually building both versions in parallel because we
It's
felt
gonna be
that's
the
how
same with
we
Sony,
deliver the same
though,
game on
like,
the same day.
So it's not a port
They're
from
putting
one
all their
device to the other.
PS4
Correct,
games
yeah,
on
we prefer
PS
to be
now.
important just to
I mean, they'll
build them
probably be
together from
cycled
the
and
very
stuff,
beginning.
but
One single code path.
One single code path, yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I mean
know a
that's
lot of people here are
that's
curious to
why
get
when I
to play
saw all
it.
these
Is
games
there
go
an
into
official release
PC is
date
why I
or
built like a
opportunity to
really
play
good
it?
Yeah, so
PC.
they're coming to both platforms
'Cause
in
I
early
could see, like,
2018, but right now we have a
both
technical
sides
alpha.
going. I mean, I
Welcome,
still
come
have
sign
both the
up. We have
consoles.
thousands
I'm
of
gonna
PC
have both
players
the
playing already,
consoles,
so
but
yeah, come join us, seaofthieves.com.
Once again,
nothing's
Ted
really
Timmons.
exclusive
Thank you very
anymore.
much.
Rare, thank you.
Cheers, guys.
SeaofThieves.com. Now, this next title is one I'm personally very, very excited about, given the fact that when I took one look at the trailer, the striking visual style just grabbed me. It's an evolution of Cyberpunk, a game called The Last Night. Here to talk about it is the creative director at Odd Tales. Join me in welcoming Tim Sauret.
Hello,
Pleasure,
Sean.
Tim.
Hello.
Welcome.
Pleasure for me.
Thanks for coming out. Let's ask the
He's
obvious
short.
question. What is The Last Night?
The Last Night is what we call a cinematic platformer, which means it's not a game like Mario where you have to jump from platform to platform.
Yeah.
But it's more story-driven. It's more reminiscent of old classics like Another World, Flashback, or Oddworld even.
Oddworld, I was going to say, it reminded me quite a bit about it. And I saw that you guys had the big announcement reveal at Microsoft yesterday. I mean, that trailer was such a hit. It blew up. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, we are obviously super happy with the trailer reception. It's been absolutely incredible. Now, of course, I have some concerns I want to address. I am embarrassed by some tweets I made in the past. I want to apologize for those. They do not in any way represent who I am today or what The Last Night will be about.
Well, let's talk about what the game is about. I know that the setting of The Last Night is super important to the character of the game. Tell me, where are we right now?
I want you to imagine a world where machines are surpassing us in every possible way,
Right.
So not only physically,
That's a
but
good
also
point, Seth.
intellectually, emotionally, even creatively.
So in a sense, like any job that you could possibly imagine, an AI does better.
Absolutely.
Including being a host for a PC gaming show.
Including that.
Well, I imagine, thank you, this one person who is also excited about the booth.
Yeah, this game
Now,
looked interesting on
in
the
terms of this world, this must give a kind of sense
Microsoft
of
thing.
existential crisis to all the inhabitants.
Yeah, like the way I can.
Like, what is it like to be a person in this world?
We're all nerds. That's why we're watching
not
this.
valuable anymore in production.
Yeah.
The only thing you can really do is to consume endlessly.
Being a nerd is cool now.
What you're trying to see with this game is how do you define yourself? When you don't have anything to create or to strive for.
Yeah, and I can see, obviously there's the futuristic lighting and the visuals, but there's also that sort of drab, dreary tone. This art style is amazing. I mean, all of these assets are in 2D, but it has so many modern effects.
I agree. I like the
think
art
of
style with this.
So it all comes down to my background in VFX and advertising, basically. So I wanted to, explore what I could do with 2D and pixel art,
Yeah.
and just augment that and enrich it with like modern techniques of lighting and compositing.
Right. You know, and we've talked a little bit about
Nerds
where
rule,
we are,
especially,
art style. Who are you? Who do you play as in the last night?
Girl
So the
nerds
character you get
that
to
do
play is a
cosplay.
young idealist, I would say.
Yeah.
And because of a childhood accident, he cannot enjoy the same gamified, augmented life.
Look at the
and
fucking
everybody
chat,
else.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
because of that, he wants to change the world. And on
You want
his
to have
way,
like an impact and a meaning.
absolutely. So on his way to do that, he's going to meet some questionable characters you have to trust or not on your way.
What about the gameplay? What are the things that, if I'm the player, what do I do in the last night?
Someone's
So we took
spamming the
inspiration
shit
from
out of
some
them or
classic
something.
genre like point and click and adventure games.
Yeah.
But so you get to solve puzzles and dialogues, of course. But we added a real-time component to it.
Real time in what sort of sense? What makes it a real time puzzle?
So it means that while you are busy,
I know,
working in
I'm
a
typing
for
it too.
instance, all the simulation is still happening around you. So police come around, and you have to be careful about that.
So in a sense, like, if I tried to break into the apartment at night, the police might be on patrol at that time, but if I came in the morning, there might be no police,
Yes.
but the resident might be home.
Absolutely.
They are spamming the
So,
shit out of them.
That means that, if you see the police coming around the corner, you better, just hide, pretend
Holy
to be a
shit.
hobo, or maybe draw your gun.
You also mentioned that the structure of the game is in one night after the other. What's that like?
Yeah, so the game is structured around several nights, so it spans on several nights, and they are all interconnected, which means that what you tell people on the very first night, and what you do also is all remembered.
So if I'm just in a conversation, just walk away in the middle of it?
Yeah, they will remember it.
They'll remember, like 2 days later, they'll be
absolutely.
angry.
Yeah.
That's fast. That must add a huge amount of replayability since the world is just changing based
Yeah,
upon
we're
your
taking a lot
inputs.
of pleasure to hide a lot of stuff in the city, and
I
in the
know,
community
right?
we have fun to figuring
Night
that
core.
out collectively. So yeah.
Well, again, I love the art style. I love these story-driven adventure games. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Once again, that's oddtales.net for more information about the last
Why would
night.
anyone carry
Now, this
that
next
many
game
notes?
surprised me. I'm sure it will surprise you because of its style. It's from the makers of
Looks like an
Arma, the realistic
instruction book
military
for
simulator,
PC.
and DayZ, the zombie survival game. This one has a much more playful tone, though. Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
It was the mother of all storms. But somehow I just knew everything was going to be... Well, being stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun.
I think
You
we've
get
already
to meet
seen
new
this
friends.
at Microsoft. I'm not sure.
You get in shape. And you learn how to craft.
Oh god, more Minecraft.
And because it's your land,
Trivia
it
question:
won't
when
take
was
long before you call that
Wildlands
place
originally announced?
a home.
2013.
And that's just the beginning, because here, you can do
2015,
anything.
2016, 2017. 2015. Yeah, no, right. Did they just catapult a cow across the screen? If so, I'm buying this game. I'm gonna catapult cows. Yeah, I think I was wrong.
Explore your creativity. Visit us at islands.com.
God damn it. I want to catapult a cow.
Here to join me to talk about Islands is the creative director from Bohemia Interactive.
Stop
It's
talking
Alice
about
Bloom.
shit.
Welcome, Alice. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for joining us
Hi,
today.
Alex.
What kind of game is Islands?
Okay, so Islands is a sandbox game about survival and exploration, but at the same time, in Islands you can create your own games, your own adventures.
This is
just
a
like the
game we
ones
ripped
we've
off
shown
from
in the video.
Minecraft where you can,
Actually,
but you
Islands
can
stands for
catapult
your
cows.
lands that you create where you make the rules.
And it's almost like a sandbox
It's just
game, not
not
where you're necessarily
pixelated.
building a structure, but you're trying to build an experience.
Yes, exactly.
And I have to ask, given the fact that the style of it contrasts so sharply with Arma and
It's
Daisy,
raining
what is
cows.
it about Islands that still
That's
makes
funny.
it a Bohemia game?
Yeah, we get this a lot, but actually beneath the surface there are still the core values that make up a Bohemia game.
Yeah.
It's still about exploration and finding out how things work, about creativity
No
and
Man's Sky.
imagination. And just like Arma or Daisy, we're trying to create a platform to connect players with each other.
Hey, it's No
when they
Man's
play
Sky, but
online or
this
when
one's
they
actually
create something
multiplayer.
new and share it with the community.
And I know that modding is a legendary part of
Yes.
Bohemia's history. What are some of the lessons
Minecraft,
that you
No
learned
Man's
from Arma,
Sky.
learned from Daisy, and brought to modding in Islands?
Well, we have our own editor. It's not a standalone application. It's a part of the game.
Everyone in the
I
chat's
assume that it
going,
was just
Minecraft,
outside like
Minecraft.
all other editors.
Now, we would like players to be able to prototype their creations really quickly.
Yeah.
And so in the editor, the players can obviously create something new, but they can also decide to open and modify existing games, ones that we created or ones that other players made for them.
Yeah, I mean, we got the chance to see some scenarios in the initial trailer. Like, those are the ones that you're referring to.
Yep.
That is fantastic. I mean, tell me a little bit about what it is that we're seeing right here on screen.
Well, this is just some random multiplayer game. There are two guys. Initially, there were three. I think one just like fell down the bridge. They are trying to get some kind of treasure. And
There's so many games
they are
trying to be like
selling their
Minecraft
exclusives.
now. I don't even want to hear this guy talking and play a song.
You guys are here at E3. Hey, look, it's the treasure. I know you guys are here at E3. What are some of the things that players...
this much. All the girls that feel like
some of the games that we created.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Played alpha version of the
Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, cause they are so awesome. Narwhals swimming in the ocean, pretty big and pretty wide, and beat a polar bear in a fight. Like an underwater unicorn, it got a kick out facial harm, and a Jedi on the scene, so Narwhals, they are narwhals, narwhals, just don't let them touch your balls. Narwhals, they are narwhals, narwhals, they better so this you should ride. Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, cause they are so awesome. Narwhals.
There we go.
Of this world
The hot
exclusive
chick.
reveal from developers Clay. You might recognize their name from games like Don't Starve
Montreal.
or Don't Starve Together for lonely folk like myself. And last year at the PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed their sci-fi colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included.
Is it
And this year they
Vancouver?
are back. And they are back with a bang. And I am so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griffland.
Yeah, she is yummy. Turn-based RPG.
I absolutely love Clay games and can't wait the chance to try Grifflands. Now, this next title is an interesting one because I'm not someone who plays many VR games, but I got a chance to check this one out several months ago, and I was immediately hooked, so I can't wait to talk about it with the creative director from Ready at Dawn. It's Rue Virasuria to talk about Lone Echo. Welcome, Rue.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Now, Rue,
Yeah.
I've gotten the chance to play Lone Echo, but a lot of people here maybe haven't seen it or heard of it. Just walk us through what is the game.
So the game, the Lone Echo, is a single player experience in VR where you play a cybernetic AI on a mining station in the rings of Saturn, and basically in the game you're allowed to move in zero G freely. You can interact with everything inside
The
the
pandemic, they got one
and also you'll
dude
see
who's
that,
going to do the
NPCs
Sony and Ubisoft
interact with.
live
You can use your hands
thing with
basically to
me.
go everywhere
He
you need to
loves
go.
Don't
This was the
Starve.
thing that was so amazing.
I've
to
got it
me.
on my
You stand
Xbox.
still, and then you use your
There's like a
arms to
cult
grab
following
onto
to that
objects
game.
in the environment to push and pull yourself around, and it was really amazing to move that way. I've never seen this before.
Exactly. I mean, that's basically where the genesis of the project was. We built the mechanic to build the game. So the mechanic was this idea that came from watching, ISS space station astronauts, moving around, and we just basically made these.
They just
motions
throw you
that
in that
allow
game
to
and don't
navigate
tell you how to
using
do
your hands
shit.
just like you would use your
I was
legs.
walking
So it's been
around
a few
like,
months
what the
since I
fuck
got
am I
the chance
doing?
to play. What's been happening in terms of the
There's
single
a Red
player? You've got
Dragon
some
in the
fancy
chat.
voice actors lined up.
Yeah, we did actually. When we wrote the story for it, we actually had an actor in mind, somebody that a lot of people out there know, Troy Baker, and Troy decided to take on the role for
That's
the
awesome.
AI.
And of course, another thing that we get the chance to talk about is the multiplayer component to Lone Echo called Echo Arena. Rue, how does this game work?
Basically, it's a futuristic VR sport where you play, 10 people play in 2 different teams to get a disc inside each other's goals.
Now, you might be a little bit confused as to how exactly that works, but don't worry. We're going to take an even closer look at what the gameplay is like for Echo Arena.
Okay, so here's some VR stuff.
In zero gravity, players
I
fly
already
faster.
showed this. Why don't we get 2 trailers?
Passes go farther. Strikes hit harder. Stakes get higher.
I hate it when things do 2 trailers in the same damn game,
And victory
like Sony did last year. That fucking zombie game.
tastes sweeter. This is Zero G in the Echo Arena.
Days Gone, they showed 2 trailers last year, and that's annoying.
Anomaly detected. What the hell? Jack, are you seeing? Jack, cut the panel. That's it. Jack!
Lone Echo?
We are up here with Echo Arena
Hey,
in
get
action
away
as
from
some of
him.
the Ready
Get
at
away
Dawn
from her.
developers are playing against each other. So, Doug, welcome back. Hello.
Thank you.
It's awesome
Get off-
to have you.
get
But
off
listen,
our
before we
woman.
get into VR, I really wanted you to tell me a little bit more about the Grand Slam event.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'm a big sports fan. So tennis, golf, rugby, they have their Grand Slam. Now we have it at esports. So with Intel, ESI, and DreamHack, we now have our Grand Slam, which is really exciting.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So I'd like to know a little bit more about Intel's involvement with this game.
You know, we've been involved working
Look at
closely
those
with the
guys.
best VR developers for a long time.
It
We're
looks funny.
excited to work with Ready at Dawn as they're delivering the next second generation VR game. They've been an ideal partner to enhance that experience to scale to the most
This guy looks like
performance
Mickey
CPUs like the
Rourke.
i7 and i9.
He does. You
That's
better get away
amazing.
from our
So
girl.
I was really excited to hear about your announcement earlier.
Yeah, Ready at Dawn, Intel, and Oculus, we announced that Intel is sponsoring a free release of Echo Arena to all Oculus Rift users when it launches on July 20th for a limited time.
They already said that.
And this is because we want as many users as possible on this system. We want to ensure that everyone, including these guys behind us, the gamers behind us as you see, that they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
So speaking of esports, I would really love to hear more about Intel's involvement with esports.
Intel has a long history as a leader in esports. We worked with companies like ESL for the Intel Extreme Masters. And we're excited about Echo Arena and the growth of VR esports. And that's why we're expanding our partnership with ESL and Oculus to launch the VR Challenge League. It kicks off in July, and it features Echo Arena and the Unspoken.
I ain't saying
And it gives
shit about the
esports
Acer
enthusiasts
headset.
the opportunity to compete in VR at key upcoming events, with the finals happening in Poland in 2018 at the Intel Extreme Masters.
Okay,
There
well,
we
that
go,
sounds kind of
Poland
awesome. Well,
again.
thank you, Doug. I cannot wait to play this game.
go to Poland,
It's
everyone.
going to be coming out July 20th, and you can pre-order it right now. And Rift owners can actually try the open beta on June 23rd. So back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sonia. And once again, I got the chance to play Lone Echo, and I want to stress, you just have to play it. The single-player experience is especially mind-blowing. So once again, that's Lone Echo. Our next guest announced a game 2 years ago under the title Project Blue Streak, and we now know it as Lawbreakers. Here to talk about not just gameplay, but cold, hard dates is the CEO of
Cliffy
Lost
B
Productions
was
himself,
Gears of War.
Cliff Blazinski.
I thought he
Welcome
did
to the stage.
Wait, hold on.
Now, Cliff, I know that you guys in the past have been doing a lot of alphas and betas. How have those been going?
They've been going well. The alpha, it was all right, and then the first beta was good. The second beta was great. We're doing our
Cliffy
final
B.
closed beta June 28th. If you have a key, sign on to Steam, download the latest update, and then we're doing our Rise Up event, which is a full open beta June 30th. Hop online, play the game, let us know
Cliffy
what
B
you
a
think.
douchebag.
I gotta ask what it has been like to have people play the game, to give feedback in those betas. How has that shaped the experience?
Well, a lot of developers and publishers, they do these kind of bullshit marketing betas where they're like, oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm
Are
like,
you
that's
hyped for
not really
Warsaw?
the case. You're not going to be able to fix anything. So for our game, we found that the Romer's shotgun was way too spammy. Overcharge wasn't that exciting, so we sped that up a little bit, and we sped up the characters. We took actual feedback, and we're integrating it into the game.
And these are more than just balance changes. I imagine that speeding up the pace of things creates a pretty different balance dynamic across the board.
Yeah, I mean, you change one thing, it's the butterfly effect. It affects everything else. And is the game going to be balanced on launch? No. That's why we need people's feedback. Play the game, see what characters are overpowered, underpowered, and then we'll
Put
introduce
it in
new
the
characters
preview
and shuffle the deck.
program on Xbox.
And I know that
asshole.
it can't be in beta forever, so Cliff, tell us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Audience, go!
Oh, that's my
Do
birthday.
a thing!
So the game is finally dropping on August 8th on PC and PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's soon.
$29.99.
Asshole.
$60
See,
multiplayer
he's a
only bullshit.
dick. Fucking traitor. Fuck you,
And if
Cliffy
you didn't
B.
see it
Fucking
online,
prick.
Cliff took a bow. Yes, $29.99.
Curtsy.
Well, if you haven't gotten the chance to see the
Fucking
game and follow it
asshole.
throughout the recent PC
Asshole,
gaming
asshole,
shows,
asshole.
let's take a look at some people who got the opportunity to play Lawbreakers, and we'll have them
He
speak
is
for
a
themselves.
douchebag.
Oh, the speed of this game is intense.
1,000 decisions a minute. This is hardcore PvP.
Your instincts take over. It's primal.
Someone at Microsoft pissed in his
A
cherry.
million miles an hour.
Literally from every angle.
I was shaking after the matches ended. It was like a high.
One of the fastest games that I've ever played.
Are you ready for another one? I'm like, I just need a minute, man. I'm shaking. I'm shaking over here.
I think the thing people are going to find in this game the most enjoyable is simply how difficult it is.
There's a pretty impressive skill gap. You can't just sit down and dominate within an hour or two.
Practical skill required, precision aiming, the ridiculously fast movement.
Mechanically, it requires a lot of aim, a lot of vision and game sense. It's a twitch shooter. It's how a twitch shooter should be.
The action is going to press you, and if you don't keep on top of it, you're just going to get blown off the map.
I think team comp is definitely a huge thing for this game.
As we're flying around in zero gravity, it's kind of a new situation for us. How do you keep up with your tank and protect them and heal them, also protect your healer and peel off them while DPS is still being affected and they're being supported? It gets crazy very quickly.
The gravity is the biggest thing because that adds so much verticality, and you combine the different movement systems of each character, where some characters have teleports and some characters have dashes. This gets really wild and insane.
Now, literally anywhere you look is potentially an attack point.
I am literally under the map, saving myself from a grappling hook, whipping myself into the air, shooting at anyone below.
You need to check every possible corner. People are going to fly you with jetpacks, they're going to fly at you with double swords, you're going to have
someone that could just jet up in the sky, and all of a sudden now you have to worry about getting up there.
There's some abilities that I just haven't seen before.
Medic role is actually phenomenal. It was battle medic, they call it. So it's not one of those medics where you have to sit back. It's not even a thankless role anymore because I'm out there slaying, killing with the rest of my team while keeping them alive.
Wraith's got a really good one.
kept trying
Slide
to
them and
type
jump into
Boo
0G,
Cliffy,
that's great.
but
Getting like through the
kicked
map
me out
that
for a
fast is ridiculously fun.
I've been using the Vanguard to drift off the side, so I've been coming up behind the enemy. It took like 3-4 rounds before they caught on.
With the Gunslinger, he's a very precision character, so just spinning around and popping someone in the head real quick, it feels great.
The game is just aggressive all the
I'll
time.
honestly
And the
just
game
play
gives you
Overwatch.
so
I
much
don't give a
variety
shit
of
about this
motion.
game.
I never felt more tested.
It makes you think in a completely different way.
I have a
The fastest
Sony.
speed I've
I have
ever
a
seen in my
PS4
life.
Pro
Crazy
too,
when you're
but I'll
playing it.
never play this game just because Cliffy B's a prick.
Just as a reminder, that Ballin' Intel PC is still up for grabs. Don't miss out if you forgot. This bad boy is running an i7 7700K processors, a lot of 7s in there, and an NVIDIA GTX 1080. It's worth more than $2,500. You do not want to miss out. Head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
I think it can, Sonya, and I also think that it can run our next title. I am a master of transition. Our next game is from Chucklefish, the wonderful folks who
Man, you're
helped
funny.
bring you Stardew Valley and Starbound. Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Wargroove.
This is the next generation. Okay. Come on, we can play this shit on our phones. Nobody cares. And chat, does this game interest you? I'm just curious if I'm the only one who thinks this is stupid. Chucklefish. Dude, their mods are kind of dicks on here. Jesus. All I said was boo Cliffy for not putting it on Xbox, and I'm kicked out of it.
Wargroove. Today, we're not just going to get a chance to talk about the game, but we will be seeing the editor in action, a live demo on stage. I'm
Yeah,
joined
Fire
by
Emblem,
Jay
not so
Bayless and
remastered.
Doris Karaskotza from Chucklefish. Welcome, it's so great to have you.
It does, man. I'm tired
I
of
wanna say
seeing
right
phone
away,
games
the
at the
gameplay
C3
reminded me
thing.
quite a bit of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars.
Yeah, Fire Emblem and Advance Wars are definitely kind of inspirations of ours, you know.
Let's vote on
Wargroove is a
Chucklefish.
turn-based tactical strategy game. It's a game about
Alan
starting
Wake,
and build up
whatever.
the resources every mission and
Halo
push forward
Wars,
into your
no.
enemy territory and just kind of dominate the map and make the right choices. But yeah, we've got a lot of unique kind of gameplay mechanics, and we're bringing it into the modern age. We've
Which
got
of these
online
games
play,
have been
mod
published
support,
by
and kind of
Chucklefish
content creation
Games?
as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're going to get the chance to
Stardew
look
Valley?
at today. Doris, who's operating
I
the
think they
PC
just
right now,
said that.
tell us what it is we're looking
I'm
at.
gonna pick that one.
So what we're looking at today is the world map of Wargroove, and this is our campaign editor. So these are the tools we use in-house to create Wargroove campaigns, and we're shipping them with the game so
Seth
players
says
can
this is
create
a
their own
frail
scenarios.
looking dude.
So I've
Yes.
been placing down map markers, and each of those represent a
Okay,
mission.
next game.
And then you link them together to create the path through your campaign.
And I know that one of the things you wanted to talk about was the branching path element.
Next.
Yeah, so you can have branching path,
Next.
obviously.
Next.
And the cool thing with that is every branch can have conditions. So for example,
Execute Order 66.
and that could lead you through harder paths in your campaign.
Or you could have a secret path that triggers based on some event in the mission.
A light wind would blow him off
Well, let's
stage.
hop into one of the missions and get that one started. And Jay, walk
Dude,
me
someone's
through what
about
it
to
is that
shoot
we're
him off stage.
So
I
yeah,
think.
this is our map editor. This is
Don't
like
start
straight
showing
drawing
something interesting.
tiles straight into the battle screen. You know, it's really simple to use, really understandable immediately. You can just kind of draw those tiles right in there and drop in the full range of units. Doris is dropping in a commander right now.
What are the commander units about? Talk to me about that.
So the commanders are kind of integral to the strategy of Wargroove.
Oh my god.
You have this
That's
unit
gotta be
that
the
kind of
worst
represents,
moment
like,
of
the king and
E3,
queen and chess
period.
at the same time. They have unique abilities and act as your avatar in battle. And they're really
Besides that
powerful,
guy
so
on
you
the
can kind of push
EA
forward
press
heavily with
conference,
them.
that
But
YouTuber
there's a lot
guy,
of
that was
risk
kind
reward
of
in there
funny.
as well, because if you
That was
actually
definitely a
lose
cringe
that
moment.
unit, then you actually lose
But
the
it's
game.
going to be funny at
Oh, that's what I
Ubisoft
mean by the
because
king
they
comparison.
always
It's
screw
build
up
your
during
power
their
unit
press
in the queen, but your
conferences.
lost condition is the king.
That's one of the main reasons I watch Ubisoft is because they screw up so much.
Some HQs, those are kind of like your base of operations, and to take the opponent's
Oh my
HQ
god,
is to
this
win
is
the match.
mind-blowing.
Yeah. But on top of like kind of simple and easy to use tools, we've also got more advanced tools. So you can use this
Ladies
stone
and
tool right
gentlemen,
here,
we've
and you can
entered the
highlight
next
area
generation
and assign
in
like
gaming.
a scripted encounter or sequence to that.
Okay, so, you know, if I step into that forest, someone can pop out and attack me.
Yeah, you could have bandits jump out and attack you from the woods, and the really cool thing about that is that that actually ties back into the campaign map we saw earlier. So maybe that will trigger a condition. Maybe after encountering those bandits, your story takes a different turn, and you decide to
Released
go
on
into the
the
forest to fight more
Atari
of them, and so on.
2600.
Now, Doris, what is the process to go from this map to a playable game?
Dude, no one can love this
Very
crap.
simple, like as simple as
Even
sharing
PC
the map
gamers.
actually. So you can just share your map,
Mhm.
and if you want more content, just go online and download map.
This is like a
and everything
90
is
cent
just one
Steam
click,
game.
basically.
And there it is. So let me actually take a step over to this timer here. It has been
They should
3
pay you to
minutes, and we
play
have
this
gotten a chance
game.
to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast. Jay, Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game
Next.
today. Cheers, guys,
Thanks
and
very
thanks
much.
for coming.
Thank you.
For full coverage of every video, announcement, and moment from the PC Gaming Show, visit PCGaming.com.
Seth, you were exactly right. I 100% agree with you.
The next game that we get the opportunity to talk about is the sequel to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. It's Middle-earth:
Yeah,
Shadow
you're right,
of
Night
War
Wolf, I agree.
that has an officially announced release date. Guys, it's October 10th. Here to talk to me about it
my
is
God,
Michael
nobody
DePlater, the Vice
cares.
President of Creative at Monolith. What is up, Michael?
Hey, thank you very
Mark
much.
Twain,
Thanks for the
right?
chair.
Hell yeah! Well, the chair is a nice break from all
Which
that
author is the
grueling
game
standard,
series
and it gives us to do one of
based
the most iconic
on
things
the
in PC
works
gaming.
of
This pop.
Tom Clancy, Mark Twain,
Thank you.
J.R.R.
Now, we've
Tolkien,
heard about the October 10th release date.
J.K.
What are some of the
Rowling.
things that have been changing and building upon Shadow of Mordor in terms of Shadow of War?
I think what we've tried really
Go
hard
with
to do,
that
well,
answer.
seems pretty obvious, is take the things that were good that worked in the first game, so
Yeah.
our combat and the Nemesis system and this world that we created, and to build on that, but also to take the lessons we learned in the first game and really improve those. So
Oh god, now they're gonna
really
sit
make
down
this
and talk
into
about the.
truly
Oh,
epic
okay.
fantasy that's,
I thought they were talking about the
up
game they
there
just
with
showed.
If you go and see Return of the King or Lord
Sure.
of the Rings, and really focusing on the story and the characters as well.
I mean, you've been talking all throughout about how important story is in Shadow of War. What does that mean in terms
Yeah, that's
of
what I
the
picked.
work that you're doing?
Tolkien.
It means paying off the epic scale, so having these titanic full-scale battles. It means the stakes of the story, so we're facing the most iconic and powerful villains, you know, Sauron and the Witch King and the Nazgul. And it means having these incredibly memorable and personal characters, so
Right.
allies and enemies that you're working with.
And in terms of E3, what are the types of things that you're showcasing here that people can see?
Oh, the reason we're really excited for E3 is two things. People being able to get their hands on the game and play
course.
it. And also that we're going to be giving demos of the game, but because of the Nemesis system, every single demo we give, we have no idea what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
We don't know which orcs or which characters are going to turn up, which stories are going to happen. So every single time people go and see the demo, they're going to see something new, and so are we. And because of that, we really wanted to share that not just at E3, but
They're showing off the
everyone
entire
wants to tune in
Microsoft
and watch
conference
those
on
demos
this
as
fucking
well.
Yeah, and
stream.
of course you see all the information for how to watch those online
much.
throughout the entire duration of E3.
If they show
I know that in a
Crackdown on
moment
here,
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
get a
fucking
chance to delve a little
throw
bit more
something.
into those story bits with a unique cinematic based on one of the characters that was in the trailer. Can you introduce her for us, Eltariel?
Yeah, so she's one of the new characters we're introducing into the world and into our story, Eltariel. She's the Blade of Galadriel. So she's essentially an
Yeah, I didn't
assassin
get to
that's been
vote
sent
on
to
that
Mordor to hunt down the Nazgul and to hunt down anyone corrupted by a Ring of Power. And you, as Talion, are running around Mordor wielding a Ring of Power. So there's some interesting tension in that relationship with her. But she's this awesome character, and as well as that, she gets her own fully playable campaign in our first major
Oh
story
yeah,
DLC
Left 4 Dead
as well,
3 would be cool if they showed it, but
Well,
they're not
before
showing
we
nothing.
hop into that, I just want to say, Michael, thanks so much for
They're
coming on and
showing
talking
stupid-ass
about
games.
Shadow of War. We talked about how important story is to Shadow of War, so let's take a little bit of a look at 2 minutes of the cinematic Eltariel meeting Talion.
Oh shit. 3 and Borderlands 3. Oh god, not more of this. I'm looking forward to the game, but they showed like
So it is true.
a lot of gameplay on the Microsoft stage of this already.
You killed me.
And yet you live. What is that like? To die and live again? Do you feel pain? Do you suffer?
What of the city? Of the Palantir?
The Nazgul have taken both. They belong to the Dark Lord now.
Then I have failed.
What if you keep fighting?
He wields the light of Galadriel. He can recover the ring.
Your rings are the cause of all this, Elf Lord.
Right, Nightwolf.
You can see him.
I see him.
Who are you?
I'm the Blade of Galadriel.
Since when does Galadriel work with assassins?
Great threats make for unlikely alliances. You know this better than most. Now tell me more about this ring.
We crafted it to defeat Sauron. But it was lost.
The Nazgul will be drawn to the power of the ring.
We cannot let it fall into Sauron's hands. The light of Galadriel, give it to us!
Stay your hand! My light will protect us, but it will not leave my side.
We must move quickly.
Try to keep up.
Favorite character is a bright dude. They're one in the same. They showed a little bit of story
War.
at least.
As a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor, I'm really excited to see where the story goes in the sequel. And I'm pleased to say we have one final game to announce. It's from Microsoft, and I'm not even allowed to say the name yet. So joining me to talk about said unnamed game is a creative director for Microsoft Studios, Adam Eisgreen. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
They showed so much Microsoft stuff and.
Now, Adam, I understand that you've been in games for a long time.
I have. I am coming up on my 25th year making video games. So yes, you can actually make a career out of being in games. And you know, I got my start in the DOS days. Remember DOS?
Like, oh yeah, dude, I played Zork all day.
So I got my start in the DOS days doing role-playing games, D&D games. But I spent a heck of a lot of time.
I don't think it's going to be new. It's just going to be something they showed yesterday.
For years, working on the Command and Conquer series. Ooh. Earth and Beyond, a whole bunch of great games there. Petroglyph, Universal War, Empire War. So a lot of history on PC, and I'm excited to get back to it.
Well, I understand that this title is an homage to those roots, and I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but I know you're curious, so let's head right in to this world-exclusive trailer.
Let's check it out. Better be good. What the fuck is this? Age of Empire? Age of Empire's Definitive Edition. Remastered. There you go, there's your strategy. So, this will come on the Xbox, yes? That wasn't. That's crazy. You were totally asking for that. There's your beta site. Go sign up for that.
Adam. Age of Empires was the first game I ever saved up my allowance to play as a kid. I'd weed my grandma's garden all day. She'd give me like $2, and I still stayed dedicated. Tell me about Age of Empires, man.
Man, you know, nobody has been able to play this game except if they found the CD-ROMs for the last 20 years.
And what's a CD-ROM?
I know, really. These day and age, like, who even has a drive? You know, and this has been such a labor of love for us at Microsoft and
you excited about that?
Forgotten Empires, to bring back Age of Empires in such a wonderful.
I saw
Xbox, so everyone can experience it.
I want to talk about all the stuff we saw in the trailer, start to finish.
Talk to Xbox
me about
multiplayer.
Graphics. Those sprites are gorgeous.
We have redone every single asset.
It's
in
probably a
the
cross
Age of
stream.
Empires. Every animation, every tile set, everything that made Age of Empires great. We have carefully and lovingly taken and made even better and better.
Because I remember just watching the sprites move around in the original game. It was very blocky
and
stuttery.
16 facings now, so those fonts don't jitter. You know, a ton of work has gone into making the game and the presentation amazing.
What about audio?
Oh, yeah. So we've re-orchestrated and re-recorded the entire soundtrack to the game using an actual symphony this time. It sounds wonderful. The people at studios are constantly begging us to get the soundtrack already.
Now, I have to ask, there were some aspects to the gameplay back then that were a little janky. Have there been any updates to the gameplay in that regard?
Yes. So not only have we done things like improved Find Path, which is, of course, always a big thing in RTS games, we've gone in and actually modernized the UI. A lot of people forget that original Age didn't even have an idle villagers button. So all of that stuff, attack, move, all of those things that people have come to expect.
Control
in RTS,
groups?
Yes, control groups.
1A.
Yep. So all of that stuff is all in the game now. So we've taken all of the learnings from the Age games that followed and brought it up to those standards.
And you know, speaking of modernization, I saw that it said Xbox Live Multiplayer, which, as you may or may not know, that is the online matchmaking service that Microsoft uses for PC games. I mean, how are you utilizing that?
Oh, well, we've completely redone how lobbies work and how games and matching works. You know, we have our friend system, of course. It's built into Xbox Live. So players should have a really amazing experience. We also have a web portal, so they can go and track progress and see their results against all the other players. So it should be a really wonderful experience to play.
And what about the beta that we saw at the end of that video?
Yes, so game will be out later this year, but you can go right now to ageofempires.com and sign up for our multiplayer beta. You know, RTS games are really, you know, multiplayer is so important. And we want to make sure that this definitive edition of Age is the absolute best we can make it.
Right.
So, you know, multiplayer, please come, sign, play with us, make the game great.
You asked me before we hopped on that you wanted to say one more special bit, a little bit of a tease. We understand that it's the 20th anniversary of Age of Empires.
This year.
What is it you wanted to say?
So, yes, Age of Empires, the whole franchise will be it's hitting its 20 mark October of this year. You know, and this is the start, here at E3 with you, is the start of the celebration of 20 years of Age of Empires. And that party is going to roll. We're going to continue that. So you're going to hear from us again in Cologne, Germany at Gamescom in August. And we're going to be having a really wonderful Age of Empires event there and talking a whole bunch about, I think, stuff you're going to want to hear.
I think I'm going to want to hear it.
Everyone will be LARPing.
Well, let me just say, Adam, thank you so much for coming out. Super excited about Age of Empires. And with that, our slew of announcements comes to an end. Before we depart, let's head back up to the mezzanine with Sonia for one last hello.
Thank you, Sean. I had an amazing time being a part of some awesome game reveals and kicking it with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to PCGamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere. I had a blast, and for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Thank you so much, Sonia. I gotta say, it was a blast. I hope you had a great time. Thank you all so much for coming out, all of you who braved LA traffic to be here in the morning, all of you who tuned in online. Thanks to our sponsors, Intel, Microsoft, Bohemia, Tripwire, Cygames, and Nexon for help making this event possible. It is an absolute pleasure to have your support. And I'd also like to give a shout out to all the developers and the publishers at their recent conferences that have been going on in the last week. We were super excited about the titles there and following them closely because we're gamers at heart, and we hope that you too enjoyed what we had to share with you today. And as crazy as it sounds, E3 starts tomorrow, so we hope that you get the chance to get your hands on some of the titles that were announced in the last week that you're pumped for. From all the folks at PC Gamer and from me, Day 9, have a wonderful day and go play
E3
some
started
video games.
yesterday,
We'll see you next
idiot.
year.
Okay, that guy's an idiot. So, are you excited about all that stuff? I don't even remember half of it. I would give that conference 1.7. I find her pretty hot. Oh, I thought it started with when EA did theirs. I don't know really how that works. Right. Okay, so we're gonna end the stream. I'll have a couple people with me. I think we're gonna have Graphics God on later and Pandemic for the Ubisoft, and then we're gonna do the Sony one. And come chill with us. It'll be fun. Oh, the showroom opened today. Okay, I will see you guys tonight. Hopefully, tune in. Later, guys.